everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you or your. Hi! It's like, do you have anything for me? Moose has been rooting around in my office for this whole countdown. Just looking for something to do. Because it's so boring. And I know you just want to lay down and sleep, so I don't really know what you want. He asked the cat if she wanted to play, and she wasn't having any of it. Hey, Hazel, Moose, and Kira. Hello, Hazel, Miss Kira, and Mr. Moose. What do my hands smell like? I haven't even put my hand cream on yet. I know, I should keep treats on my desk so that I can get you to do tricks and stuff. And by tricks, I mean the same, like, 4 things that I taught you in the first month, and then I never taught you anything else ever again. Although, he taught himself a new one the other day. We were playing, and I held my hands out like this. And he didn't even have a toy in his mouth at the time. But he, like, kind of, like, came up and sniffed my hands, and he was like, okay, you don't have anything. And then he was like, wait, you look like you want something. And he went and he got his pig toy, and then he put it in my hands. And that was what I wanted, and I couldn't believe it. Oh, buddy. Oh, I scooched my chair back, and now he's laid down exactly where it's supposed to go. Honey, I don't want to run over your tail. Oh, sweetie, that's not a great spot to sleep. Let me see if I can squeeze in on the side here. I hope everybody's having a lovely weekend so far. This is a delicate operation. Whoa. I can stream from over here, right? This is good for our back, right? I mean, worse things have happened. Oh, buddy. Oh, nice. Happy Sunday fun day. Hey, Hazel, Moose, and Kira. I would like to proclaim my attainment of 1,000,000 gold. In the bags, in the pockets, it does exist. It's happened. Which means that we are like 2/3 of the way there. We need about 1.5 million, 1.6 maybe, to get 6 tokens with which to buy this thing. So, we're doing great. It's coming along. Gathering wasn't as good yesterday, but it could have been just me not doing it right. It also could be prices changing over time, so I figured what I would do. I do have some mog runs still to do today. So we're gonna do, or like mount runs, like we were gonna do Sepulcher of the first ones. So I still want to do that, but I also want to maybe get some stuff to craft. Let's just do, and I want to do these crafting orders, and I want to talk to you guys and see what's going on with you. Spent like 2.5 hours crafting, tailoring and enchanting, made around 60k gold. Sadly, most of the time is spent disenchanting, which is manual labor. Want to find something better. Yeah, I mean, that's not nothing. It's not no profit. You know, gold didn't go down. That's something. I have that thought sometimes too, where I'm like crafting, and then I compare my gold per hour crafting to what I'm making generally gathering, and I'm like, well, I could have just been fishing. You know, like, what if I had just gone fishing? Oh, my goodness, you can't see him, but he's having quite the huff. Morning. Good morning, Whirlwind Abyss. Oh, he's up. Thank you, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. See if you can squeeze under the bed with her. She'll definitely not hit you. She'll definitely won't. I've gotten in the way of that. It does hurt a little bit, but she keeps her claws in because she's a sweet girl. I was gonna buy another 4 mica blend. That seems reasonable. Oh, he's gonna try it. I don't think she wants to play, Honey Bun. That tail does not mean that she's happy. It's different in cat. Common misconception. He, like, knows better, too. I'm fine with this. He hasn't jumped on her, so. She's just like, as long as you don't Moose. Hey, yeah, you'll learn. You put a paw on her tail, buddy. You can't do that. You can't do that. Let's see. This is not you guys playing. She's not having fun. Well, she might be satisfied a little bit. Lucy, can you come here? Lucy, come here, buddy. Good boy. Can you lay down? I know, honey pie. My goodness. I know. But Moose Love, he would do everything with that cat if she would have him. He would groom her and cuddle with her and bring her things and play with her, and if she at any point in her life said that she wanted to, and all she wants is for him to go away, Yeah, I don't, it's not working. I think he's getting confused by the tail flapping. I also don't think he knows that she's blind and can't see him. She can just hear his paws on the floor. Came for Hazel, stay for the pet drama. Fishing, yeah, fishing is actually not a bad source of income because of slum sharks. There's one type of fish specifically that's still like 800 gold a fish because they're a key component of the feast that's really commonly used. And Blizzard did actually a really clever thing with feast where you can combine 10 normal feasts to make a hearty feast that doesn't lose its buff when you die. So those are really popular because it feels a lot better to eat a food buff that you know you'll keep even if you wipe. And I feel like because of that, there's actually a higher demand for feasts because people weren't wiping 10 times an hour, but they'll combine 10 feasts just in case that they do. Like, I am among the people that is using more golden feasts to do hearty feasts than I would have doing just re-eating. But anyway, they're in pretty high demand. So that's good. And then the other fish don't sell for nothing either because they can be processed into fillets, which are also a feast component. You don't wipe 10 times. I mean, on Prague, yes, but I use Hearty Feast for keys and stuff. And in that case, my excuse is that I'm using them because I want to... I don't want to re-eat if I die. Like, if I do wipe during keys, which does happen, if I wipe during keys, I don't want to stop and sit down and eat another feast because I'm probably not going to have time. We don't really end up doing that. Okay, so let's see. If we make... Do people buy Tempered Aggression? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look in the auction house and see what the supply is like. If there's only like 400 of them, I'm not going to worry about it. Tempered Aggression. Nope, there's quite a few of them. What if we compare it to Tempered Swiftness? Aggression is crit. No, about the same amount. All right, we'll make some of those too. Let's do some basks. Basks? Let's do some batches of flasks, shall we? We can make, because we're going to get spillover, so we can do Aggression for sure, Tempered Versa for sure, and Alchemical Chaos. So let's add with optimizations, question mark? I don't think I'm going to worry about it because it's just going to ask me to buy copper mats and there's just not enough of them to make it worth it. So we're just going to track this one, and I said versatility, and I'm just going to make 100 of each is what I'm going to do. And we'll just use silver mats to make things nice and easy. So 200, 400, 600 gilded vials. I have 300, so I need another 300. Doing delves be good for gold? I haven't tried it. I know that people, like, you're right, those items are valuable. I don't know what like the per hour is, like how frequently you can get them and how it stacks up against other kinds of raw gold farming. But if you enjoy doing delves anyways, it's definitely not a bad solution. So lure drops, I need 800, but then I also need another, actually we can just say 2,000. Yeah, we can just say 2,000 of those because we're just gonna add a couple of zeros here. Right? Yeah, because this is the combined total. I know how math works. I went to school once, eons ago. And then probably 400 of these. And then maybe 300 of these, and that might actually do it. Let's just hope gold goes up, eh? We spent about 200, 150k maybe on mats here, so let's just hope we can get that much out of it in flasks. Why don't Taurens eat comedians? Because they taste funny. I like that one. Happy Sunday from #YYC. Lovely as always. Happy Sunday. Knowing how it works and actually doing it though. Alright, we're gonna make 100 of these. Oh, you know what? If I'm gonna do this many of these things, I should drink I have quick hands files on me, so let's just kind of drink one of those. And 100. Start with that. Shout out to YYC. I have to Google it. I feel like I should know this one and I forgot. It's gonna be really unfortunate if it's me. It's Calgary. I was gonna say, which one's Victoria again? Is Victoria YYJ? Victoria is YYJ. Okay. I had a brief moment of horror where I'm like, I think that's my airport code, and I don't remember it. No, it's not. It's Calgary. Gotcha. Used to live there. Only know because I lived there. How's the weather doing? We have blustery, we have wet, we have windy, and we have a little cold but not freezing, so I don't think I get to complain. Moosey, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, how do I show this? How do I show this? I'm gonna see if I can get my phone and see if he's still doing it. He's not technically supposed to do this, but it's so cute that I have to get a video. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can put that on the Instagram story, so that if anybody wants to see. This is the puppy pooped out pose. Troublemaker ran out of trouble. Live social media, yeah. So if actually I should keep this open so it actually uploads. I just put it on the Instagram story, so it's not gonna like stay up forever or anything. He's so cute. He does this thing when he's sleeping, or like when he's tired, like he's sleepy but he's not like asleep yet, where he'll be laid down, he'll be all snuggled up doing whatever he's doing, and he will kind of like smack his lips and move his mouth and kind of go num 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 num. And the first time I heard it, I was in bed in the dark and he was sleeping on his bed at the foot of my bed. And I hear this like wet sound and I'm like, first of all, what the hell? Second of all, thanks you, Chai. Second of all, is he like eating the cat's food? Like what's going on over here? And I turn the light on and I like peer over the edge of my bed and it's just Moose asleep going num num num. And he does it whenever he's sleepy. And it's really, really cute. I don't know if all dogs do it. Maybe they do it, I just wasn't paying enough attention. Kitty Cat has made her peace with... Oh, sorry, not end screen. Kitty Cat's made her peace, and she's taking up more of the bed, I've noticed. She's like, listen, this bed is occupied. You shall not pass. What Moose did is he found my Hearthstone pillow that's normally in my chair back there, managed to get it on the ground, wanted to chew on it, ran out of energy, and just fell asleep holding it. Okay, and then we'll do 100 of these. Well, maybe we won't actually, if we're still losing. No, we're making our average profit go down. We're not going to craft any of those. If I really did spend 150k and I made 6,000 gold, I'm not like wildly thrilled with that. That's not great. Really? Yeah, alright. Well, I'll just sell the rest of those mats then. That is the lesson I've learned recently, is that if the sim says that you're not coming out ahead, then stop crafting. Just sell your mats back, you know? Don't get in deeper just because you had the big idea. Or at the very least, you can do another scan to like take a look at it and see if maybe it's better, but I have a full 10 stack of spillover, and if it's still not saying profitable, then I should probably not pass go. So we're gonna post up those guys. 58k worth of these. 2k worth of tempered verses. Another 57k here. And then of course we're gonna get a refund on some of our viridescent spores. We got 6k of those. The blessing blossoms are worth about 10k. The extra null lotuses are another 3. And then the Arathor spear, of course, is like 28k worth of herbs. So see if we can get some of that back before we commit any gold crimes. Oh, see, now it's happy. Now it's feeling better about itself. I don't trust it, though. There weren't enough tempered verses for me to feel like that's their normal price. This is a very short list. I feel like those may or may not sell. Am I still sitting? No, I actually did sell a few of them. Anyway, maybe I should just leave it at that. Let's quit while we're ahead, shall we? Saw the Moose IG story. Love how he has a cuddle plushie. I would buy him soft toys to snuggle with all day long if he just cuddled with them. But if he has any awakeness, any vim or vigor left anywhere in his body, he will rip, tear, destroy with utmost prejudice. I was watching Dodo videos, as one does. And this, you know, cute doggy, and there's a doggy that gets, like, adopted, gets, like, found and cleaned up and rescued, and then, like, they take it to Petco, and it picks out a toy. And it picks out one of the toys that Moose had, where he gnawed off a leg and then swallowed it and gave me a heart attack. And I'm like, oh, hey, it's the same gator that Moose shredded in 30 seconds. And this particular dog in the video loved the gator, played with it all the time, moved across the country with it, and still was like on FaceTime playing with the gator, which seemed to be in mint condition. So different dogs are different. And Moose goes through plush toys like they are butter. I wanted to learn this toy so that I could, or learn that pet. I got it out of Sanctum of Domination, I think. So we can cage it, and I might actually sell it. We'll see. Why every last bit of efficiency matters in the auction house. Yeah, margins are still pretty slim. Oh. No one's gonna buy this. What I should do is I should move it to a server where there aren't any. Am I smart enough to do that? Let me look. Let me take a look. Maybe just for science. Maybe just to do it one time. Let's pull up Undermine Exchange, and let's look for the Eye of Extermination. And what I'm looking for here is basically just like a high pop server that has not a lot of quantity on it, or like a pet collecting kind of server that doesn't have a lot of quantity on it. Now, this won't tell you what their population or pet collectingness is. I could probably data for Azeroth that. I don't really know. If we look at quantity, we can kind of see which realms don't have any. I don't know why that realm list is so short, but it looks like maybe... oh, you know what? I guess it won't show the realm at all if it doesn't have any. There's 6 of them on Proudmoore. There's 14 of them on Area 52. That must be a big Mog running server. So you could move it to... You know what? I'm not going to do it because I'm never going to remember to log back over to relist it, and it's not going to sell the first time. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 10k gold, take it or leave it. At least this is a pet collecting server. Somebody might actually want it. Let me see if Flabbies are in. We could do our Sepulcher run. Actually, and before I call him, I want to go swing by the Heart of the Forest. Because I have not only anima, but I've got some souls to turn in. Maybe I should do that after, actually, because that's still Shadowland, so maybe I'll get more. I don't know. Sepulcher of the First Ones. Where's Flabby? Hello? What pet is it? Eye of Extermination. I want to say it's from Sanctum of Domination. Yo. I put myself on push duck yesterday, so I gotta remember that if I'm gonna talk. Actually, I can take it off. He doesn't mind if I talk to stream. Hello? Oh, he's still ringing.
Hello.
Hello, there you are.
What's up?
Do you want to do Sepulcher of the First Ones for Transmog and Amount Chance?
Yeah, are we doing that on the Shadowlands Classic server, or like...
Do you think that there's any version of Classic that they could make that would actually get me to like play properly on it and raid and everything?
If they ever did like a Classic Plus, maybe, you know, like where it's like new.
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking about. I don't think there's much that they could do. Hardcore, maybe if they did something about hardcore that made everybody else also play. I don't know. Hardcore was very fun. But I don't want to bother with it. Post in a big server. More likely someone there will buy it or use it just to resell it. Yeah, I don't know if you're a pet sniper, but I put up a pet on Lightbringer at below value. Trying to offload some of this stuff that's dropping for me. Oh, you know what? If I'm going to Zereth Mortis, we have to stop by Antros.
Who's that?
The world boss. It's for 500 of the anima. 500 anima. That's 500 anima we get to keep. Hello? He's still there?
Yeah.
Are you
About
browsing the
that.
Find a New Friend website?
Hmm.
www.mogrunpartners.com.
When are you leveling your alt?
I was actually thinking about that. I didn't come up with an answer, but the thought crossed my mind this morning. I was walking the dog and I was like, what if my friends need me to have an alt? Oh, is it not even up? Did somebody kill it? What the heck? Oh, maybe it's farther back? No. Yeah, I was thinking, what if my friends actually need me to have an alt? Both so that I'm not trivializing their alt runs with my main, but also so that if we need healing from a not holy priest, especially now that people are kind of shuffling around and it looks like I'm going to be healing Marquise.
Yeah, are you a Mistweaver or like?
I don't know, man. The problem is that I don't want to. That's the big thing. Is it's very hard to do a project like that if you like the character, like you just want to be playing your original character anyway. And I have to get really sold on the fantasy of the alt. Oh, you're already at the raid entrance. Can you summon me?
By myself?
Yeah. You just have to believe.
What do I have to do? Like, make a circle with, like, a cat, a Monstera plant, and like a heavy wool sweater?
How did you look into my dream life? Get out of my head. Listen, you summon a pet and use the Narcissus pet mirror so that there's two of you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's as far as I've gotten, though. How did you find the WoW Direct announcements? Vibrating for classic servers. Undermine content looks sick. I'm really excited about all of it. I'm especially excited about the player housing thing, but I suppose I can keep busy with the Goblin Raid in the meantime. And for a brief moment, I thought you meant, like, how did I find it, like, on the internet? And I'm like, I went to the World of Warcraft YouTube channel. It worked really good. We need Poke out for the world boss or you might wipe. Yeah, let me pull Poke out for old time's sake. Ow. I was having a familiar anxiety recently where I was like, man, I think I talk too much.
Oh. I don't think you do.
Well, it occurred to me that if I do talk too much, I am in the right job.
Oh.
I think streaming is the correct profession for someone who has a lot of words that they just gotta get out. About nothing in particular. Don't talk too much, but I overshare. I think it would be hard to run a stream if you didn't talk a whole lot. Not impossible. I'm sure there are quiet streamers. But it's nice just to have something on. I kind of view it as just like background radio noise, where in radio you really don't want silence. You don't want dead air. And I heard that once when I was really young and I kind of internalized it. And if anything, I think that I think I was always chatty, but I think that all of these years and all of these thousands of hours of streaming or whatever have kind of conditioned me to be chattier because I'm just so used to continuously talking on stream. So I have to try and remember to rein it in when I'm in like a group call. And be a good listener. Important skill.
You mean in groups you're not all like, hey guys, how's it going?
I used to
Watch
be,
out for that bull! Oh my god!
Are you bullying my friend? Don't bully my friend. Does Flabby have a new mom
actually
to
wasn't.
show off today?
I was trying to be the YouTuber.
Oh.
I know which one you're talking about, and I actually wasn't even thinking about that.
Okay. Oh man. I used to talk profusely in raid though, and like I used to have this illusion that anything that popped into my head had to be interesting and that everybody else must be really bored waiting for me to show up and entertain them with any thoughts in my head. And I kind of calmed down a little over time. I still have to like filter, but unless I'm on stream and then there's no filter at all.
When do we get like the blaring party horn sub alert? Just like, hey, thanks for the sub.
I have to do it verbally every time. If you have it on a soundboard, it's not as fun.
Yeah.
If you look at
Oh,
it, you
do I have
talk for
a
3 hours, none of us get to say words, so you could make the argument. You get used to it. It's a bit of a weird thing. Also, back to the important issue at hand. Does Flabby have a new mog to show off today?
Hold on. I have to put this mog thingy on my bar. I'm wearing my rank 1 mog, but I can switch it up.
Oh. How often do you normally change
There
your
you go.
mog? Alright, let me see. Oh my god. I can't even see your outfit over your weapon effects. Like, the blue is so overpowering, it's hard to see the rest of it. There you go.
How do you think my enemies feel?
That's true, actually. They probably cold, chilly. Burr.
And look at my belt. I'm shaman person.
You're a shaman person. Are you the Farseer? Is that what you're trying to say?
Don't tell Silver Kitty. I just let him think that he's the Farseer.
It's crazy. That's what he said about you. If you're in raid chat and say like, please comment and subscribe, you might need to rein it in. Yeah. Flabby looking iconic as usual. I'm really glad that my audience can appreciate your sartorial
what?
genius.
Oh, okay.
Why so defensive? My what? Huh?
What's the big idea?
What you trying to say, punk? Oh dear.
By the way, I am, just so you know, passing on everything that I don't need, even like greed-wise,
Mm-hmm. I'll just
just
take
in
all
case
of
your
it.
packs get full.
Yeah. I know all these things, but I'm getting new item IDs for it, so it's still good.
Oh, there you
A genuine question. Oh, here we go. Does Flabby have a random mog button, or does he just have that many saved sets? Random mog button would be hilarious, actually. They should do that.
go.
Just a complete randomized function. I actually really want that now. You could have it per slot or for the overall outfit if somebody just really wants to do that like TBC chic thing. Ooh, or you could filter. That must be an add-on. That has to be doable by an add-on, right? Like you could filter to an expansion and be like, give me a random collection of pieces from TBC, and then it'll like do the thing. I think there
Yeah.
is one. There is an add-on for random transmog. Okay, can we can someone tell me what it is? I want to look it up today. Hottie Chicken used to have it. ATT randoms for finding random mog to farm. I want the transmog window to assign a random collection of things for me to wear. I say I want this. I'm gonna hate it in a second. Transmog roulette. Okay, I'm writing this down. Why I'm writing it down instead of just installing it is beyond me. It would be faster to type it into Curseforge. Transmog roulette. It's just that writing things down in a legal pad makes you feel fancy. Thank you for letting me tag it.
Mhm.
You're so considerate.
I just, thought you would.
How come we don't have a timed 10 Tyrannosaurus Scythe this season?
We?
Why did you do it?
I don't know. I have +2 to 10 missed.
Okay, we're fighting.
I don't know where you were.
Oh my gosh. Listen, it's not my fault if I don't get invited to your upper echelon friends list. I know you've got us separated into the upper crust and the plebs. He's got like a little sub list in his BNet friends list that's just like labeled charity.
No, that's actually the best friends.
Mm-hmm. Better wardrobe and transmog. I banished Better Wardrobe and Transmog because it was throwing too many errors. It was a while ago. Maybe I should give it another chance, but...
What better mog? Because this was my time walking one. Oh, I liked this one. This is when I was doing solo queue. Look, I'm an evoker.
Alright, yeah.
I'm a
Oh, I
Drakthir.
remember that! I remember your evoker mod!
I'm a Drakthir in disguise.
Yeah. That's actually
They'll never
excellent.
know.
That helmet with the wings is perfect.
Yeah.
Alright.
I used to go into solo shuffles and be like, I'm secretly a Drakthir.
What did people say? Anything?
That's cool,
Probably
dude. Who do you want to go?
Yeah. Not the chattiest bunch, solo shuffle.
Oh man, I went to hard season 1 of solo shuffle and Dragonflight.
Why?
It was just fun at the time. I was bored. I thought I was getting back into PvP.
Happens to the best of us.
I think I peaked at like 3,200 or something like that. But then didn't play it the second season.
I don't think Drakthir can be shamans, right? It's just like the classes that are for everything.
Yeah.
Only 3,200. Have you ever been told that your voice sounds like Zyronic?
No.
I don't think I've heard Zyronic, so I don't know if I can weigh in. Pretty sure I don't need any of these things. I cleaned up on all this transmog. I was sending them around to my alts for a few weeks. Great sets. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi, sweetie.
Oh, is that your dog on the camera?
Yeah, I'm gonna distract him by baby voicing him. What's up, sugar bear? Honey muffin. He's so over me. He's not. He loves me, but like, oh. Wild moose appears. Baby boy. I'm just gonna flick path. I'm just gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch it on the camera. I'm trying to think if I have any moose stories. I took a cute video of him this morning for the Instagram story of him cuddling one of the plushies that he pulled off my chair. I think he was intending to eat it, but then he fell asleep.
Where's your cat?
She wandered off. She might have come back to bed.
Oh.
She likes to sleep on my pillow. I've got like a expensive pillow. It's like I don't know. It's expensive. And she's decided that she has realized it's expensive and therefore that's the only place she wants to sleep.
I didn't know you were such a pillow connoisseur.
I am, yeah. It is worth it. I like a heavy pillow with like some amount of memory foam, and then this one's got like a gel layer on top that actually does cool. It said it was cooling and I didn't believe it, but it's true, it does work. I can't just do like a cheap pillow anymore. I mean I could, but I'm spoiled. I've been ruined by society.
You can run into the memes. They don't like knock you off or anything.
I don't believe you. I remember getting knocked off, but that's the exact kind of lie you would tell to get me killed.
No. I mean, since it's like Legacy Raid, like you'll dodge or it'll miss every single time, so it won't knock you.
Okay. Oh, you're right. Can you blame me for not believing you, though?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You never listen.
That's true.
Hey, you should do this for making gold. I don't think so. I'm just gonna go pick some herbs and mine some more.
You've never told me what to do to make gold. I have to pry to get tips out of you. I have to like interrogate you. You know. How long does it take to get protoform stuff if you started from scratch? I don't know in modern terms because you could farm the moats more easily. Some of the things are going to be RNG. I know originally it took me a couple months of playing the zone every day, but it would be maybe a bit faster now. But if you like the stuff, it's only one way to find out. He's already said, buy things cheap, sell things expensive. That's true. Do I even need any mog in here? I need the mount for sure.
Hmm.
A lot of zone drops, actually. Trash drops. Did you know there's a cloak in here that's just called Origin?
Oh.
That's kind of sick.
I feel like I didn't know that. Who's it drop off of?
It's a trash drop, zone drop.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I need like 6 more items from this particular boss. Ooh, the sword's cool. I can't like preview it big screen, but it looks really cool. Prelude to Pride. Prelude? Prelude? Prelude. I don't know. Gonna go ahead and assume it doesn't matter. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that is sick. I love the square effect on it, like the sort of pixely looking thing. I guess they'd be big for pixels, but... Did you cut your hair? I did. A bunch of times, if we're being honest. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of Bald Hazel. It's crazy. Multiple stat combinations can change the name to Origin of the Fire Lash. Oh. Oh, or like the other things. Gotcha. That makes sense. This was a fun fight with like the ducks and stuff. Like the bangs. Oh, I'm sorry. There is lots of video of that. If that made your day better to look at, then there's some old VODs up somewhere, I'm sure. There was even a wig era that had some bangs involved, but I think I'm done with it for now. Dark, you have bangs? Nah, yeah, I got little micro bangs. I like my haircut. I feel real cute. Plus, if I move to the boonies, if I move to the woods, it's going to be kind of convenient not having to keep a stylist appointment. Because I just do this in my bathroom with my clippers, so. One less thing to go into town for, you know?
No sword. 3 boots.
Yeah, I got some boots too. I'm at the stage of idolizing a different place to live where I'm like Google Street View walking down random roads in the area being like, oh man, and there's the general store.
The general store?
And there's some bike racks where you could park your bike. I don't even have a bike. Like, I don't know if I would actually move to a place like that. It's just the thing that I'm obsessed with right now. Do you find yourself feeling lightheaded when you first cut your hair from the weight of the hair being gone? No. I get lightheaded if I skip meals, though. Or if I, like, bend over and then stand up too fast. Happens a lot in yoga. Sometimes I'll have an orange juice. I did used to get headaches from tension on my hair when I kept it pulled back. Not even that tight, but just like in regular ponytails. Whenever I would take it out at the end of the day and try to like relax it, just from having been pulled in one direction, it would hurt really bad and it would give me headaches. And I don't get that anymore at all. It's awesome. Shadowlands, what? Yeah, it's trying to smug in here. Plus there's a mount that can drop from the end of it.
Is this your last week of this one?
I gotta roll back, but I don't want to hit the pause. There you go. Come on. Hi, sweetie pie. How you doing? Why are you so crusty? Did Moose lick you? You're actually very crusty. What's going on here? I'm gonna brush you. There she is. Proven fact, you can run faster with short hair. Listen, it'll make me harder to grab onto in a bar fight, which is one of my favorite pastimes.
Bar fight.
Yeah. Or street fights too, you know. Also something that happens to me all the time. Also working on Protoform as we speak. I need the pattern that drops from the weekly patterns quest. Oh. I was supposed to take a teleporter. I'll be with you. Eventually. Am I married? No, not anymore. I was married. Druid still your favorite? No, I'm a priest main. Druid was my PvP main back when I was doing the arenas and stuff. We're having like a memory lane stream today. Blast from the past.
Right, I'm pulling.
No. You have to wait for me and my bad decisions. Poke. What if druids could be gnomes? Better, but the problem with druids is that they confuse me because they have so much. I like that druids have utility and buttons from their other sort of specializations in any given one of them, but because of that, I always feel like I'm not playing them optimally because there's so many things that you could do with a druid that I feel like I can never possibly do it all right. Nice shirt. Oh my, thank you. Hazel on Google Street View planning her next attack. So many buttons. Yeah, the amount of buttons tends to get me, and the fact that I never clicked with the DPS spec, I think killed it for me. I like Resto Druid very much. Guardian Druid's pretty cool too. Balance and Feral are both real struggles for me, and I have to be able to at least like one of the DPS specs well enough to like world quest on it if I'm going to play something a lot. I might have done some of Lore Master Ender Druid. Lore Master was a long time ago. Okay, I'm here. Shaman hard for me, too many buttons. I mainly don't play shamans because my friend Flabby here does play a shaman. And you play a shaman so well that I feel like there's nothing left to do. You know, like... There's nothing that our groups need from a shaman that they're not getting from you. It's...
Another poison cleansing totem.
I gotta go my own way, you know? It's like if you had an older sibling that was like a PhD genius in math and you're gonna go to school and you're just like, well, maybe we just don't worry about math. Math's covered. Maybe find my own thing. Bear's top world quest spec. It's true. People have been telling me that for years. Yeah. I mean, I did Mage Tower on a bunch of specs. That doesn't really mean anything. The only thing you had to learn to do Mage Tower was how to play the spec for Mage Tower. Like, it was a very specific... It was like, which buttons do you press for 7 minutes? You could also choreograph it. It was like, you know, if you've ever, like, learned a song in another language, but you don't speak the language, but you, like, learned the order of the words. That was me playing Mage Tower on other specs. It's not because I spoke the language, it's just because I memorized the song.
Make sure you turn in your quest.
I'm only 3 of 4. It's true, I'm only 3 of 4.
I picked it up the same time that you did.
Oh, yeah, well, listen. I don't have any excuses. I just like saying listen because it sounds good. That was a great analogy. I was kind of proud of that one. Thank you so much. Keep going back to my hunters now. Easy and comfy. I'm always going to like having hunters around, especially for just farming stuff. Oh, this happened to me last time. I have to walk away and then I have to go back. And then I have to walk away. And then I have to go back. The teleporter lets you through.
Mm-hmm. It's just because I have 4 out of 4 Morn fragments.
But listen, this is great because it means that next week we can do it all over again. Wasn't this fun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it actually won't let me through. I have to reload, that's right. I thought I just had to walk away and come back. Renown 79? What a mess of an expansion. Yeah, hi. Oh. Nice kitty. I'm at the time of the year at home where I struggle with the balance between keeping the place warm and not spending extra money heating air versus wanting to get fresh air that has like oxygen on it in. Because usually in the winter will keep like windows closed and stuff and be careful with how much I open the door to try to like preserve heat and save money and keep it nice and warm in here. But that makes it, especially in like my stream room, really stuffy after a while, and it can just get, you gotta breathe. So I've been turning the heat off and then opening windows to air it out like every once in a while, but it feels bad because the temperature drops so fast.
How cold is it there?
I don't know in Fahrenheit. Probably like 40s Fahrenheit if I had to guess. 40s or like low 50s, but probably closer to 40s. It's been pretty close to freezing.
I'm Rob Bergand.
Because it freezes at what, 32 Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Which is something that used to really upset me. It just seems so arbitrary when you've come from Celsius. Do you like my friends? Oh, how did I aggro the... maybe they'll come in with me, I don't know. I use the power of the sun. Whenever the sun is being a powerful laser towards one window, I'll crack it for as long as I can tolerate. Oh man. Maybe my next place will have better sun exposure.
Oh my god, we're still in combat.
I like my apartment a lot, but the amount of sun on the windows is conservative. Everything arbitrary, especially in temperature measurement. Yeah, that's true.
Alright, Poland.
I'm on my way. I'll be there shortly. Do you want me to pick you up anything from Starbucks? Actually, not Starbucks. I don't know. Whatever's hip these days. Local. Support your local cafes.
Oh, yeah. What is your dream pastry? Like, what is the best pastry that you've ever had? Could have.
I think if someone made, and I'm sure someone has somewhere, a tiramisu style Danish. So like a Danish, but where the custard is, maybe also some custard, but like some kind of like mascarpone with like a little bit of like coffee rum situation.
Mm-hmm.
That might kill me. I think that would be the Hazel kryptonite. Would betray friends for. Have you tried little USB heated gloves or pads for feet? I have a foot oven. And then I have hand warmers that you hold, but those are easier to use fishing than they are gaming. But I have like a little box that I can put my feet into. It's like a double wide Santa stocking, and it's got electric heating in it. It's great. You had that very specific answer prepared too quickly. I mean, if you think favorite desserts, first two answers are Danishes and tiramisu. Just gotta whack them together.
I'm just gonna clear the trash.
Thanks. There's drops, you know. We could get really cool
Origin.
stuff. Yeah. Wow, I really thought I would blow this trash up. I pulled it and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna smoke this real quick. Hang on a second, it has health. How could this happen to me? Ooh. You got something in your ear? Itchy. Oh, I actually do still need a few pieces of tier. I can use some of these things. I wonder if I should pick a goblin. Yeah. For my ult, just to be on theme, you know?
Oh.
Plus, I don't have a goblin that I've like played a lot in a long time. Not since I had one in Remix for a minute. Which Cinder Bee is your favorite? Smoldering, because that's the one that I have. I haven't looked at the other colors. I haven't farmed the open world one yet. Throne of the Four Winds will not drop this mountain. Don't think I've ever seen flavor with a pastry with a coffee flavor cooked into it. Maybe they just expect you to have the coffee with the pastry and they're not trying to like double dose you. My finest joy in life is morning coffee with cuddles on the couch with my puppy combined with Hearthstone Battlegrounds. It's the best thing ever. You need all the factors. All of them have to combine. We've been climbing rating, huh? Since we started learning more.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
I made us watch a guide video. Because I'm extremely cool and fun. I made us watch a guide video on a, what would you call it? Like a principle for Hearthstone Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
And it's been helping. It's been good. We're on our way up. For now, anyways. I feel like we learn a new thing, and then we climb rating for like a day, and then we hit our new wall, and then we just bounce off that wall until we learn another thing. You are learning, you nerd! Yeah, I like female goblins too. I feel like there's a missed opportunity for me with male goblins because I haven't spent enough time trying to love them. They got personality. Good luck on, oh no, this isn't the mount, is it? No, it is the mount.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I was confusing this with Sepulchre. I was like, when do we fight Sylvanas? I didn't get MC'd. I'm so proud of myself. You didn't even remind me.
I thought about it.
Learning to think for myself. I made a guide for this year. I literally made what I'm hoping was a popular YouTube video describing how to do this fight, and here I am. Pat on back, remembered to not get mind-controlled farming it.
Alright, good luck.
Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I got a Silithid Soul. That's why we didn't go back to the forest just yet. A Silithid Soul. No mount, I don't think. I think my UI would have made a bigger deal.
Hey, you got a Heart of Azeroth.
Yeah. Cool. Was that the only one we were gonna do?
I think that's the only one you wanted to do, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do some gold grinding today. After I sort out my bags. Thanks for the runs.
Yeah, of course.
See you later.
I'll catch you later.
Okay. So, let's go sort out this mess, because that's a big mess. I like this Hearthstone. Yeah, this was Mythic Sepulchre, but we didn't get the mount, and that was the last mount run we were gonna do. When I played MTG Limited before, I'd listen to so many podcasts, find out what was good. BG's just a draft game, same thing applies. Yeah. I've also played more this BG season within the same meta than any other meta before, so I feel like I've had more time to learn it and get a feel for not only what are the strong comps to go for, but also like what comps tend to stand up versus not stand up against the other things in the lobby. Not that that's like rocket science, but it's not something that I usually thought about before. I spent the vast majority of my Hearthstone Battlegrounds career going, here, dear, force cold bars. I like blood gems. Blood gems? What blood gems? Why is the ground getting closer? I love their voice lines so much. I've learned far too many of them. I may be streaming the wrong game. I just don't want to start over again in the BG sphere, because if I've noticed anything from watching BG streams, it's that streaming BGs kills the joy of BGs for people. So if I want to still enjoy them, I should not stream them. I don't have the Sylvanas mount. We tried for it yesterday. Okay, so anything that is 3 of 3 collected here, I'm just going to delete. And I mean, I could like, I guess if I like learned a piece, I could vendor it. I don't think that's really going to be worth it, but I'll try here. 23 gold, not worth the click, I don't think. So much backseating in card games. As far as I can tell, Crip, who's the main one that I'll put on from time to time, doesn't even read chat. He will pick something out of chat once in a very blue moon, and for the rest of the time, he's just kind of living his own life. And that might be the way to do it for games like that that are very prone to backseating. There's not a whole lot of room for creative expression in card games. Sounds like Moose was narrating Hearthstone there. There's a Hearthstone Cold War card in Battlegrounds called Hot Air Surveyor, and he's on a Zeppelin, and he's got like, or maybe Hot Air Balloon, he's got like a telescope. He's got a telescope. And his voice line is, "Why is the ground getting closer?" He's a pretty new card. And I love him to pieces. It's so funny. Alright. Like that. This one. Some of these I do need. Alright. These two I can actually turn into Transmog. I need Death Knight and Demon Hunter gloves. So one's for Death Knight, one's for Demon Hunter. I wonder if those are the last two that I'm going to need, because I got like a good selection of all of these tokens. At least for Mythic, anyway. My Death Knight is Scary. And then my Demon Hunter is Night Flame. Easy to remember. Let me go check him out. Dog's my personal favorite. Spyglass. Yeah, that works too. That works as well. Playing MTG Arena lately, checking out various streamers. It's fun, but then sometimes WOTC will break the meta. I feel like I could be a paladin main, but I can't with the lack of paladin races. Should only be one elf paladin. Oh man, now my brain's breaking, being like, wait, which ones can be paladins? What's the elf paladin? Night elf? No. Void elf? Blood elf! Blood elf paladin. There we go, I caught up. Nightborn? No, Nightborn. Yeah. Nice little transmog piece for him. Wizards of the Coast. That makes more sense than whatever direction I was thinking. Whenever I see an acronym that starts with W, I just immediately assume the W stands for women. But I couldn't figure out how women could possibly be breaking the meta in MTG Arena. Aside from just, yeah, people usually say it like WotZ. There. Oh. Okay. Poor Anthus, already forgotten. Yeah, that's funny. I have a Blood Elf Paladin. My Paladin literally is a Blood Elf. Oh, man. Okay. 2 more transmog pieces on the books. Let's go turn in my... I want to go to the Heart of the Forest and turn in the different soul-shaped souls while I'm thinking about it to get them out of my thing. Be a woman of the coast. I like woman of the coast. That sounds all cool and mystical. He was so forgotten. Nice kitty cat. Alright, Heart of the Forest. So for this, I'm gonna go to Oribos, and then I'm gonna fly probably. I think is my best bet, because I don't have engineering in this character. Milky. Oribos, this way. Witch of the Cottage. There are a shocking amount of books on witchcraft, modern witchcraft, that pop up on like the popular section of the bookstore that I check out. It happens like a lot. And I appreciate the resurgence of like the Wiccan movement. But there's a lot of like, I don't know, maybe it's just clickbait or like book style clickbait, but there's a lot of covers that are all like how to make your spells actually work, and it's, listen, maybe I haven't read them, so I don't know what the spells are intended to do. Hopefully we're just, you know, manifesting growth in our personal lives and not so much turning people into frogs. Maybe that's a different archetype of witches. I don't know. I think it's cool, and I think it's a fun aesthetic, but I know that when I was young, I would have believed in anything that I thought would give me any kind of power over my circumstances, and I just don't want people taking advantage of people like that. We're gonna get on a flight path is what we're gonna do. What is the anniversary bundle? There's, what, 4 mounts that they're selling as like a combo in the shop for a bit? Something like that. Your DK looks like she embodied the banana peel that killed her. Have you read any of them? Read any what? Some powerful female cards? Oh, the witchcraft books. No. Which is why it's not fair for me to judge them, because you're really... It's kind of like a time-honored tradition of not judging books by their covers. So, I have not. First step yoga, next step witchcraft. There's definitely a yoga to crunchy pipeline that is worth being aware of. I could have used my missport, that's true. Maybe I'll need it later, though. People think the invention of mass publication was press to enlightenment. Yeah. Yeah, I used to mistakenly think that, while you can't believe everything you read on the internet, if something got published in a book, it must be true. Absolutely not. There are... It's not even remotely close to true just because something's in a book. Just because somebody has a bunch of letters behind their name. There's really no... I don't know. It's very easy for someone to make a book look very convincing and very thoroughly backed and researched, and have it all be heavily skewed by an agenda. And to some extent, all of them are. It makes media literacy very important, but it also makes it hard. And as a kid in school, they were like, listen, just do everything out of the encyclopedia and nothing can go wrong. Algorithm probably picked up on something. Started getting a bunch of advertising for weightlifting stuff. Not creepy at all. A lot of books that very convincingly want to burn witches. Okay, let's turn in our soul shapes. I don't remember, maybe it's easily searchable. There was a soul shape toy. I don't remember what it was called. Seed of Renewed Souls. Do I not have it? Did I not get the soul shape toy? That's wild. Okay. All right. Is it one of these? No. Some books are very out of date. Someone who knows a history professor who writes nonfiction books. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everything's going well. So there's the weapon things. This is the anima person, right? Sanctum upgrades? Yes, this is the anima person. I wonder if there must be transmog I can buy. I only had 6,000 anima on me. I could have sworn it was way more than that. I guess part of my problem is that I'm not running these raids on the character that actually played this expansion properly, so I don't have the upgraded Sanctum that would be needed to get the extra anima drops. Like the basic idea of Wicca being, if it does no harm, do as you will. There's a lot of different kind of like schools of self-improvement thought, and it even kind of like crosses over into like spiritual and religious texts as well, where there are a lot of different ways to present a couple of very core pieces of advice that do a lot of good to anybody that practices them. And it's just a question of somebody finding the flavor of presentation that makes those pieces of advice appeal to them. They're usually things like, you know, respect and be loving and kind towards other people, exercise good, you know, self-discipline and hard work can be very, very satisfying and purifying, good for personal growth. What else? Eating like good natural whole food is usually strong. Things in moderation, that's another good one. But like all kinds of different schools of thought will repackage these ideas and put all kinds of different like spins on them So people will end up pursuing the same things, but for different reasons. Like one person might be like, oh man, I want to level up and I want to meet girls and I want to make a lot of money. And then they read a bunch of books that are about that. And they end up with roughly those pieces of advice, you know, give or take. Maybe some crypto thrown in there, I don't know. But then, you know, and those things are genuinely helpful pieces of advice, so they usually work. Whereas you could get to the exact same place from a bunch of different ways. It's just a question of how they've dressed it up for you. I want to thank, I need to catch up actually on, there we go, Dandy Darbs. Thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. May the same principles accommodate the culture of the society in which they would be applied. Mm-hmm. Am I looking? You've noticed me running lost. I'm basically pulling my anima back out because I figure if I haven't even leveled up this covenant, it's, I guess the anima pulls out in Orbos. I guess I just don't worry about it for now. It's not really worthwhile for me to leave it in there. And I'm just going to get out of here is what I'm going to do. I think it's hard to preach to people about values-based improvement if the values don't personally resonate with them. You know. And I mean, this was even true for me. As much as I would love to believe I'm a good person, for a long time, a lot of the text was telling me the most important thing for your motivation is to have a purpose that you connect with about, like, connecting with your community and with people and giving back to others. And myself being lazy and anxious and selfish was like, why? You know, like even if I like came up with a paper thin justification for why whatever I wanted to do was also helping society or whatever, I didn't care. And therefore it wasn't very motivating. And I hope it's not because I'm a horrible person, but I feel like you have to come around to those lessons from a place where they feel true for you. And I'm just arriving at them in a different way. Like, they didn't connect with me when people used to tell me about, like, values-based motivation back in the day. I wanted it to, it just didn't really do anything for me. But now I'm kind of learning and growing on a bit of a different path, and those same lessons that are the things that people have been telling me forever are starting to feel more important, which makes them easier to actually act on. Like, it was always good advice. But if you don't feel motivated to do it, you're just not going to do it. At least I'm not going to do it. I've never had a whole lot of, like, grit your teeth and do it in me. I used up my supply of grit your teeth through it in my, like, teen years. Ran out completely. Lost my ability to force myself to do stuff. I have to want to do it. Gold making. Shall we check out our auctions? Maybe do a little reset here. How do you think they would handle power in Legion Remix? I think they would probably I mean, you know how we leveled up our cloak in Mop Remix? You could just stick that on the artifact weapon, right? You could do something along those lines. You also have very fragile teeth, comparatively speaking. That is true. That is a deep cut Hazel fact. I was just gonna resell this stuff. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm kind of curious about, and maybe I should try this in this character, what kind of gold per hour I could get from just fishing. Not fishing and mining and herbing, but just, I mean, let's try it for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as good, mind you. I'm not expecting this to be better, but I want to just mess with it for fun. So I'm going to turn Gathering Tracker on this character because this is my fishing spec character. I'll get my buff or whatever. Gathering Tracker. Turn it on for Inksy. I also want to try out that Transmog Roulette. Being here for so long has to be good for something. What for if not obscure Hazel facts? Difference between knowledge and knowing, wisdom and understanding. Yeah, I had a lot of knowing and not a lot of understanding, which is normal. That's very normal, I think, for young people. And I still do. It's not like I understand much now, but I'm working on it. I wanted to try Transmog Roulette. Let me see. Transmog Mount. I installed this add-on. Oh, yeah. Oh. So I don't know if there's a way to restrict the roulette to a specific... This is kind of fire. I don't know if there's a way to restrict the roulette to a specific expansion or not. But this is kind of sick. That's kind of what I wanted. That would be funny to, like, do, to, like, a leveling alt. Like, you make them level in, like, a roulette appearance. That's actually not bad either. You could also just roll one piece randomly. Like, you could put together, like, a very basic, clean-looking set, say. Here, let's reset everything. Let's put myself in, like, a nice, basic, clean robe. Actually, what was that little pink crop top? I didn't know I had a little pink crop top. Oh, I think it was just... It was a piece that was not loading correctly. I don't have a little pink crop top. Anyway. Give ourselves a nice, normal dress. Perhaps even a simple dress. Even nicer and even normaler than that. Yeah. And then, we'll hide the belt. And we'll hide the glass. Keep the glasses. Hide the cloak. And what I want to do is I want to roll the shoulders randomly. Oh, no, oops. Darn it. Oh, I lost my robe. Scroll, 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 scroll. This is the problem with having 45 pages of, 45 pages of outfits. Just cloth chests. Oh, there we go. There's the simple dress. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to hide the cloak piece. So, you know, you take this, and then you're like, alright, what's the shoulders gonna be? Da-da-da! It matches. Da-da-da! Come up with some stuff that you're not usually used to. Or, you know, you just go for the overall thing. Ooh, that's not bad. A lot of creators use that add-on for channel point spend. You can spend points to force roulette. My biggest issue with that idea is that every time I do it, I spend 800 gold. If transmog was free, then it would be have at it, and I would just put it back at the end of the stream. At 800 gold per remog? What, you think I'm made of gold? I know I had like a mil, but let's not get carried away. I was gonna go fishing. I want to make some... It's like totally not necessary. I want one. Yeah, these are like 10 gold each. One of these, and then a simple stew. One of those. It's gonna be like a 12 gold fishing buff. Jack can get together and bankrupt Hazel in minutes. Timer and a lot of points. Gotcha. Go to the celebration area during Fashion Frenzy. Yeah. That would be a bit trickier with the channel point redemption. That's somebody that redeemed might be gone by the time that comes around. And then we need a pet to cook on, so let's summon a battle pet. Let's get a good one. Let's summon here's a little bug. A little silkworm. Gucci Swarmling. Stick a candle on his head. And then we can cook our Ghoulfish Delight. I don't even know if that needed a cooking fire, to be honest with you. That gives us 5 of those. Oh, I already had 5 on me. There we go. Anyways, it's just fishing skill and perception for an hour is what that does. And then I'm going to make sure I have my fishing rod. I'm going to get a perception enchant for it. Why not? Because I certainly don't have a weaver line, that's for sure. Enchant tool for draconic perception. Oh yeah, those are cheap, so I can get 40 perception. Oh no, Algari perception. Those are not cheap. 120. Listen, it's not worth it, but we're just going to do it just so I can have it done. Because I'm not getting a blue rod made anytime soon. So far we're down 5,000 gold on this project. Double the flavor. Alright. And then I'm going to get my hat out of the bank if I have one handy. I'm sure I stashed it away. There's like an Algari fishing hat. Because if I'm going to do this, I may as well do it properly. I have Nat's hat. Do I not have an Algari fishing hat? I do. Weaver cloth fishing cap. Just wasn't called hat, that's all. And then it's Sunday, so we're not competing with anybody we're not competing with anybody in terms of pools, really. We're just worried about, we'll try fishing in Hallowfall or Ashkahet. Maybe Ashkahet. And we'll see what our gold per hour is. Oh, is today's the last stream of the week? I feel like I should do this. My last hour of stream, I will do cat attempts for the links, because I need to not forget to do that this week, and if I don't do it on stream, it's not going to happen. Dauntless Imperial links. I need to get my chances in. I'm not giving up on that cat. But for the next 40 minutes, I want to see approximately what my gold per hour is like. I want to reset this. What my gold per hour is like. Reset session data. Gold per hour. General. Filters. Okay. Should count for fish. And make sure we're tracking fish. Very good. We don't need to track pets for now. Alright. We're going fishing. I can use a special fishing bobber. I just need to find a nice fishing pool. So my plan would be to prioritize fishing in pools. I wonder, actually, just out of curiosity. Here, let's eat one of our goldfish delights. I have very good fishing skill in this character. I wonder what the open water fishing gold per hour is. Let's check that out first, just for a little bit. So, we'll get our buff. And because we're on our main, we can kill things that dare bother us. I don't think this is going to be worth it, but it'll be interesting just to see if I'm mainly catching grays, or if with all of my fishing skill. Because I have 338 fishing skill right now, between like my rod and my buff and everything, with Kazlogar specifically, and I just got a gray item. If I end up sticking with pools, it kind of begs the question of what is fishing skill for. Well, there's a nibbling minnow at least. That's worth like 14 gold. Because obviously, anytime that you're fishing open water, you're not flying around looking for pools. You would get a better rate of pulling fish from the higher zones because they have a lower skill requirement. There's another nibbling minnow. 375 open water. Yeah, maybe I should try it up higher. Favorite artist to listen to? I'm kind of having a Florence and the Machine phase. A revival, if you will. I liked her a lot when I was in university. And then took a very long break, but I'm back into it. I also completely wore out the Tizo Touchdown album. I liked that very much. I think that's genius. And then the new Glass Animals album I played to absolute death as well. So the benefit of fishing out low-value pools like the Surfacing Ripple is to try to force spawns of things like blood pools and slum shark swarms. Newest album was so good. Yeah. Angler's Fishing Raft? Fastest water mount in the game. I do. I haven't found a whole lot of places in the game, though, that I would need to be on water instead of just, like, flying. Like, it's hard to beat skywriting speeds. My gold per hour so far. Not so good. I suppose we weren't expecting it to be. Sea Raven, Dornish Pike. You know what I need is I need a little bit of a log so that we can keep track of like what's coming in. Like obviously I see what I'm fishing up in my chat log, but surprisingly few pools actually. Maybe they're all up at the other end. I guess I could turn on Loot Appraiser and I could set it up so that it like pings me every time I loot a slum shark. Because I can also try open water fishing in like Hallowfall or even Ringing Deeps or Isle of Dorn. Those will have less gray items dropping. And we also need a bobber. It's a good thing we're doing this for science, because we're certainly not getting any profit out of it. I wonder if I should process the fish before I sell it. And if so, then what if I'm better off just buying fish to process? You know what I mean? I have cooking skilled up, and I have current expansion cooking tools. Maybe not good ones, but still. So fresh fillet, depending on what we're salvaging. Seems profitable. You know, if that bitterling is worth 6 gold per... Watch me talk myself out of fishing and just talk myself into chopping up fish. Gathering tracker's notification settings. Don't know if it does individual items. I wonder what they notify you for. I should play with that. I just fished up 3 imperfect nullstones. That actually helps a lot. Maybe that's... It didn't say it was a perception drop, but... I don't know. You have to assume, right? How else would you be getting that kind of thing? Fishing buddy does it. Very handy. Testing to see if you can get sharks without pools. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm doing because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. My general thesis was let's go fish and just fish for gold and not gather and see how well we can do. But I didn't want to skip pools because I wanted to keep the shark pools spawning. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to end up being the sucker that's fishing up all the cheap pools while other people snipe the shark pools before I can get to them. But I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like in Gathering Tracker. I also tried open water fishing for a second. I might try it in a higher zone, but honestly, I don't really want to open water fish because it's really boring. Yeah, that's just like a surfacing ripple. I'm just doing public service out here is what I'm doing. When it rains, it pours. Yeah. And then I'm kind of curious about the whole business of, I'm kind of curious about the business of filleting fish for profit, because I know I can sell fish fillets. People buy them in bulk. Can it really be that profitable? Because, like, it's not hard to fillet fish, and it's not hard to level the cooking. My cooking tools aren't even that. I mean, I have, like, a 3-star chef. I do have a 5-star pin, but they're both green. They're not blue quality. I guess I have acuity. I could make blue cooking tools if I wanted to. The big benefit would be multi-craft and resourcefulness. Having the skill buff helps as well. Taking the shark price. Not at this rate. I don't even have any. I think shark prices have been... I guess I haven't checked the prices, but I know lots of people are kind of catching on to shark farming. Especially as people try to make gold for the thing. Okay, let's pop our way up to... Let's try Hellafall. I was getting fish out of open water with my 338. But maybe not like a lot of them. Getting a little tired double gathering. Yeah, so far I am making less than 10% of what I was making double gathering, so we're not really off to the races yet, but we could turn it around. Plus, it's just kind of fun to poke around, you know? And it's another one of those things where, like, the worst thing you can lose is your time, and I'm having fun, so it's worth it. Checking for pools. Hi, kitty. Need like 2 more tokens. Oh, yeah, there's a glimmer pool. So I'm gonna fish up the glimmer pool, and I'm also gonna try a little bit of open water fishing here to see what's going on. Hardy food is still so pricey to make. Yeah. Yeah, I just sell my meat directly. For some reason, I feel like the meat prices even out more to the prepared than the fish do. I don't really know why that would be. What if, portion steaks, meat stocks, even the mica bloom. Says profitable. So I could chop up these bitterlings. And it says, on average, 37 gold per... Because, like, I could get... Here, let me see. Is that taken into account at 6 gold 72 price? Because that's pretty cheap. It is. And there's only 4 of them for that much. So I can actually buy those. And then... with that in mind. I mean, it's still profitable. Yeah, you chop it up. You got 3. Obviously, we can sell them. 14 gold per. What other kinds of fish are really cheap? Like 12 gold per. I wonder if 12 gold is like the fish floor right now. Here, let me buy 100 of these. It's gonna cost me about 1,000 gold. Not me getting distracted. Let's pop over to... Actually, we don't even need it. We can just drop mailbox. Oh, somebody actually bought my eye. I wonder if it was Flappy. And then let's prepare those. Average profit 12 gold per craft. But it's so easy to do that if it's any profit at all, assuming it sells, like I've already sold the fillets I just posted. Is it just because I have my skill up? Number go up, man. Hi, Al. Hello. How you doing? I wonder if it's just hard to sell fillets in, like, giga bulk. Like, if you make, like, 10,000 of them if you get stuck with them for a while. Because I just made 88. Which was worth about 1,200, so that is 200 more than I spent. So if I can sell those at that price, then I just made 200 gold doing that. Mind you, it took me a little bit. It's not like crazy profit for time, but, you know, not mad. What is this? Is that a book? Oh, it's a book. Turned in globs of wax yesterday, my druid. Somehow it's so much. You mean 3 chips? Got the gold box. Nice. 1.8k times 3. Better than the resonance crystals. I was so mad at how much of an absolute scam the resonance crystals are. It was just rough. Oh, look at me back over 1 mil. I sold some of the flasks that I made today. Oh yeah, I didn't try open water fishing yet. I was gonna. Because yeah, this isn't good, but it's not horrible. A few cool cosmetics with the crystals. Oh, for sure, there's tons of cool cosmetics for resonance crystals. It's just that you only get like 20 of them or something stupid for if you're turning in your wax anyway. Box of rocks with the wax tends to be good. Mm-hmm. Robin Hood one looks good. You can get those for... Oh, maybe you're talking about earth crystals. Because I know you can also buy those for resonance crystals. So there's a nibbling minnow. Those might be worth, actually, because those are a higher rarity. They might give more fillets. Let me try nibbling minnows. Those are 12 gold, too. Give me, like... I mean, first of all, still sitting on 88 fresh fillets, so maybe let's calm down. But let's... Give me, like, 100 of those. Spend 11.75 on them. Because I bet you those are going to give more... Theoretically, they should give more fillets per craft. I don't know if they will, but it's worth a try. Bought a few sets. Yeah, I'm getting as many as I possibly can with the earth-encrusted crystals from the Renown tracks before I even think about resonance crystals. Because you get quite a few of those. Not enough to buy all of them, but good selection of them. We do the nibbling minnows. No, that's lower. The rarity of the fish. Green rarity is better than not green rarity. But anyway, it's still profit. It's just not as good. Right now, my resonance crystals, I'm saving them up for the mounts for rep. It's so expensive to buy the rep mounts. But I want them. I want them. If I was gonna cook and I was gonna make feast, like if I was having a hard time selling. Oh, also, I wanted to chop Mica Bloom just for fun. I wanted to buy some Mica Bloom. I don't know, give me like 100. And I wanted, so 1100 on that. I wanted to see how much chopped Mica Bloom I can make out of that. Just because it seems not bad. No, it is bad. It is absolutely bad. Never mind. Just abort the plan. Abort the plan. I wish I could tell you which fillets were gonna be the one that it's projecting here. It doesn't seem to really want to tell you. Is it sea ravens? I don't know. Anyway, if I was gonna make something with fresh fillets, as it were, you can do feasts. Those are... So Beladar's Bounty uses steaks. The Masquerade one. Do I have a Masquerade feast recipe? No, I don't. Feast of the Midnight Masquerade recipe. So that's what the Slum Sharks are going towards. Spiced meat stock. Portioned steaks. Slum Sharks. Severed threads packed. Yeah. It hasn't dropped for me yet. Okay, so forget that. Sushi special, maybe. Those are not profitable. Cinder nectar, actually. You can make this because it's the best healing water. Delver's water skins. I think you can actually buy those in a vendor. I wonder how much they sell from the vendor if that's cheaper. I'm getting very distracted. I need to stop worrying about this. Go back to the fishing grind. Let's reset our session data. Let's go ahead and turn notifications on. Just gold, not count. Tell me when I make 10K. And you can tell me with, a chant. Sure. Cooking stream! A lot of Matsunos dropped like 8 gold, now I'm sad. Okay, so I was gonna try a little open water fishing, and I was gonna hopefully find some blood pools. It's harder to find them because people are onto it. People are super onto it. You are not gonna be the only person fishing in the sea. Halifal especially is like that. But I have my skill. I have my fishing skill. Try a little open water. Everything's too good for mastery for a warrior. Hardy means serious money each time. Mm-hmm. Do the everything ones sell? I didn't realize some people wanted the secondary. They're not super profitable. Turn on war mode. The bud in the water will be the other fishermen's. Oh, I sold a fresh fillet. That's promising. Maybe we can sell all of it. Because now I'm wondering what people are buying the fresh fillets for, because it seems hard to profitably craft with them. But maybe it is for the everything stew. Because like all of these things, no one's really messing with those. Nobody really wants that. Don't sell useful to make for yourself. I was so convinced I was going to profitably chop Mica Bloom, but apparently not the silver stuff. Determined by your cooking skill, reagent quality. I am getting fish, but I'm still not getting them at 100% rate, and I'm getting like not the greatest fish. I've seen barely any pools at all. I am tracking fish. This is the universe telling me to go back to farming, universe telling me to go back to farming herbs and ore. At least that was working. It was just working a little more slowly. Plus, it's a lot more effort. I feel like it's comfier to just fish. Hi, Hazel. Hello, Drago. How are you doing today? How's your Saturday? How is my Saturday? Is it Saturday today? It's Sunday today. It scared me for a second. It's good. It's good. Having a cozy day so far. Hi. Hello, Tactical Wee. How you doing? Nice cozy day. Need to clean? Need to clean my floors because I'm gonna do some virtual home yoga later, and I need to not have a really dirty floor because I can't get my mat super dirty and then bring a bunch of dirt into the studio. Think about it too. It is indeed Sunday. Maybe they were asking me about my Saturday because that one's completed now. Like we did it. Saturday was good too, I think. Yeah. I wasn't feeling great, but I took it easy and took good care of myself and stuff. So that was nice. I watched YouTube yoga. This is actually a friend of a friend does virtual yoga classes that I join into whenever they're available. So none of the above. Not YouTube and not through my studio. I could do them virtually through my studio. I just haven't set up with it. Yeah. Pretty cool. I ended up doing kind of like a flimsy, not very thorough yoga practice yesterday before dinner. And I had waited like a couple hours after lunch to do it. But I ended up having fish and chips for lunch, and it was delicious. But the whole time I was doing yoga later in the day, I was like, I can tell that I've consumed fried food, and I am filled with regret. It was delicious, and I don't know if it was worth it. I get very nauseous sometimes when I'm practicing yoga at home, and I can't tell if it's because of the air or because of the space, or sometimes it's the time of day, although I have gotten up and practiced at the same time of day. It's just a confluence of factors, but it's hard because I tend to feel a bit ill. But only at home, not usually in the studio. I don't know why. Like a Zoom thing. Yeah! I had to reinstall Zoom and embarrass myself by being really bad at it because I don't use Zoom very often. I don't meet with things. Those parts, that is odd. I know, I've tried all kinds of different things because nausea can come from all kinds of stuff. It can be a blood pressure thing. It can be a blood sugar thing. You could be breathing oddly, like either breathing too slow or breathing too deeply. Getting some fresh air in the place helped. Like I opened windows for an hour or so before I did yoga, and that helped a bit. And then if my blood sugar's low, that's no good either. But like, it's not that hard for me to do it when I'm in the studio. So maybe it's like the cortisol of like the stress of getting out there and driving and parking that like gets my body ready for it. Fried food is delicious. Don't even like eating it. Feel so off. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'll still have it sometimes, but every time I've had it, I've been like, oh. Did I have to? Was that necessary? Wasn't there something lovely that I could have eaten that wouldn't hurt me like this, you know? It's like any good relationship. They shouldn't hurt you. What you fishing for today? I would say gold, but we're not really getting very far with that. However, in another 17 minutes, we can... if we remember, the crystal's going to change and we can go do Belladar and maybe have a chance at that mount. So yeah, I don't know if it was because I was practicing in like the early evening, so I had like eaten within the last 5 hours, or if it was because I'd eaten fried food just in general. Who's to say? Tough to know. We'll see. Figure it out somehow. I will say that some yoga, even if you're not feeling great, always better than no yoga. I slept so much better for having done it. It was nice, kitty, huh? We both got a good sleep. Nice. Trial and error. I'm so lazy when no one's watching me, though. I'm so lazy when no one's watching me. I have no self-discipline if there's not someone with actual eyes on me watching me practice. And I hate having people watch me practice. Like, all I want is to be left alone. But if I am at home and I am being left alone, I'm like, who's gonna know if I do the seated postures? What if we just do fundamentals and then put it down? Being lazy is amazing. Yeah, it's gonna be a real habit. You can really get stuck in the path of it. What is a dirt cracker pick? I'm wow hitting this. I got... Well, it's gone. Right? I fished up an item, a quest item, that says swing a large pickaxe at the ground, causing any submerged creatures. Oh, it's the... Isn't that the worm thing? I must have just been in the worm area, and that's why it's not in my bags. For a second, I was all excited. I thought I'd, like, discovered something. For a brief moment, I thought I was onto some kind of a secret. I'd fished up something really important. They were gonna, you know, have my name on the parade. No parade. Yeah, it's just a Hallow full quest. I just psyched myself out. Want nothing more than to continue to stay home and chill today, but I do need to go to the gym soonish. Struggle is real. That's the worst part of it, is right before you go when you don't want to. Even when the workout's kind of rough, it still doesn't suck as much as the feeling when you don't want to go but you're making yourself do it. Do you find the actual activity once you've started enjoyable, or is it the feeling after and long-term benefits? Some of the activity feels good when I've started, and then some of it feels satisfying, not in a this physically feels good way, because a lot of it's very hard, or I find it very difficult, but in a I'm doing the hard thing and that feels kind of cool sort of way, you know, like when you do a standing balance and you don't fall over, or you finally get a full expression of, what do they call it? Parvanasana? I don't know. Side angle, extended side angle. You know, you finally start putting your hand on the floor instead of on your knee, and you're like, oh, I'm doing it. Trying not to fall over. But yeah, feels so good when you're done. Speaking of discovering something, anyone seen unusual messages happening in the anniversary area? Something about admiring tenacity. Had voice clips to go with it. I haven't noticed. I hadn't really been back there in a bit. The mount off got less fun once everybody else stopped going. Without random people to dunk on, there wasn't as much satisfaction to it. Makes it hard to make yourself do it. Kind of a challenge. I just remind myself that I'm just there to show up and I'm there to breathe, and that's my number one objective. And that kind of helps me put it into context of making the bar to failure a lot lower. Because if I feel like I'm going to go and I'm going to fail, then I'm not going to want to go. I'm too much of a perfectionist for that. So I have to reframe it to myself of like, my goal is to show up, and I'm just here to breathe. I'm just here to breathe properly. And all of these postures just kind of go along with the breathing. And it's true. That's kind of one of the best foundations to remember when you are practicing yoga, is to prioritize your breath first and have that be the thing that dictates the pace and the depth of your practice. This bee mount is the Smoldering Cinder Bee. It's from the Isle of Dorn reputation at the end. What fun is winning if you don't beat anybody? Do you ever do the thing where you're trying to talk yourself into something and you're like, I'm never going to talk myself into this? But you realize you can just move your legs to pilot yourself there like a robot. And you don't have to talk yourself into it. And you're like, listen, thoughts are getting us nowhere. Stop the thoughts. Just boop, 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 boop. And then once you're there, you just start doing it anyway. That's the only way I can get to like a 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. yoga practice. Because if I try to talk myself into it, I'm going to be like, no, bed. Like, I'm very good. I'm an absolute lawyer when it comes to trying to come up with reasons to stay home and be in bed. I can be very convincing to myself. So you have to just turn the lawyer off and not even talk to her, and just move legs like puppet. Daily. I feel like I walk funny when I'm doing it too, because I'm literally just like, pick up a leg, pick up another leg, keep going. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I'm really worried about what's going to happen if I move someplace where I can't regularly attend class like I do now, because it's been so good for me. However, if I do manage to learn that self-accountability of doing the difficult things when there's no one to watch, I feel like that's the last hard thing I'm ever going to have to learn, because everything else is going to come from that. It's like the final boss of self-growth. Yeah, I hope so too. Hey Currents, how you doing? What's up? What's up with you? Vaguely in the neighborhood of a technique I learned in karate. Zanjin or empty mind? There's a meditation concept that kind of shows up in Buddhism and other places of the observing self that is independent and kind of separate from your construct of yourself and your idea of yourself, and how kind of underneath that there's like this core, the part of you that it's observing everything going on is like more, I don't want to call it more real, but a very purifying place to spend time in anyways. And yoga's really good for that because it really gets you out of your head, because it's hard to be in your head when you are attempting to do something difficult like that. It's possible, and you really meet all the different ways in which you argue with yourself when you're on the mat, but it's helpful. It's a bit easier for me to do than traditional meditation, although I also would, I know it would be really good for me to get back into traditional meditation. Hard though. Took 3 full minutes to find that emote to contribute to the robot discussion. That's highly relatable. I know that. What about you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. I got toasty warm feet. I am fishing, making negligible amounts of gold per hour. Although apparently we're up about 5,000 gold worth of stuff. So that's not too bad. Have you studied many Buddhist teachings? I like reading about Buddhism a lot, actually. I don't consider myself a Buddhist because I'm kind of hesitant to like align myself with any particular faith or spiritual doctrine. But I like Buddhism because it's something that you're meant to experience for yourself. They're not asking you to take anything on faith. They're not asking you to just kind of trust us for sure, just do the thing. They ask you, it's one of those things, I forget the word of it, but there's a certain subset of faith that is based on you going on your own journey and having your own experience and kind of trusting your own experience, which is something that's easier to kind of connect with for me. Yeah, no, I know you don't have to practice to study the teachings. I just wanted to make that clear that I'm not trying to self-identify as a Buddhist because I don't feel like I qualify. Martial arts amazing for the mental workout on top of the physical. Farm area, Hallowfall, but I'm not doing anything good here. you don't want to worry about this. I'm just keeping my fingers busy while I talk. I'm waiting another 8 minutes for Belladar to spawn, and then after Belladar, I'm probably gonna do the Keyflame dailies to try to get the Lynx mount. That's what I want today. It's fascinating how much division there is among Buddhist schools because Buddha, like the actual guy, lived so long ago. I guess this has happened in other religions as well, that there's been over time multiple like fracturings and disagreements over how to interpret the teachings and how close to the original teachings to stick to. And another factor is that nobody has the teachings in their original language, so that all of them have been translated, and all of these translations to some extent are going to lose something. So there's this thing you can do where you kind of compare and contrast the teachings as seen through these different traditions to kind of get a feel for what the underlying current of it is. It was brought to my attention that Christmas is 5 weeks from now. Oh no. Just how? You know what's upsetting is that right after Christmas is New Year's, and that's the beginning of 2025. That's spooky. Time soup. I'm a fork. Stop, right? Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. I haven't found a single blood pool since I came out here to fish. I'm starting to think fishing very relaxing, not necessarily the way if we're out here to make gold. I'm curious if I sold all of those fillets that I posted. If I sold them all, then I'll fillet some more fish. I did sell them all. Okay. I will probably fillet the fish that I'm catching then, to the extent that I can, if it says it's profitable. But yeah. Maybe it's a sign that I have not enough going on in my life that I'm spending this much time thinking about what to not what to do specifically, because I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm doing. But how I want to live my life. What will I consider to be well spent when it comes to my own time that I get on Earth? And how do I make the most of it and bring something to other people and not cling on to things that are not permanent? How do you cherish and enjoy and love all of these relationships and wonderful things, and also at the same time hold that you cannot hold on to them. You cannot cling to these things. Important questions. I guess so. I think they are. I just hope I have a lot of time to figure it out in. You never know, meteors, etc. Become the plant mother. It's an interesting question to try to square wanting to be ethical and wanting to be a benefit to other people versus a career that is functionally in advertising. That's a tough cookie to square away. I don't think it's impossible, but depending on how important it is to you, it's just such a weird thing where our society is constructed in such a way, and our economy is constructed in such a way, that if you really want to behave with utmost respect and ethics in terms of not only other people, but also the environment, there's not a lot you can do short of living in the woods and helping people. Like, as soon as you touch any modern consumerism that we're based off of here, you're already kind of morally corrupt. At least this is the thought I've been taking. I'm not saying any of this is true. This is just what I've been thinking about. So it's really tough to want to be doing good and to want to be eyes open and not just blinding yourself of like, this thing's okay. The iPhones aren't a problem, or like, selling ads for the thing is, it's just kind of how it works. As long as you made someone's day better, it's hard to swallow that. But if you take those ethics, there's a lot of things that you then don't do. And it's also not necessarily doing anybody any good to, live in the woods off the mushrooms, unless you're able to, like, I don't know, heal somebody's foot fungus with them. Yeah. It's hard. Tough one. Haven't figured it out yet. And also, at the end of the day, you gotta eat. Slowly takes hammer and sickle from under desk. Listen, you gotta put that back. You gotta put it back. Oh, man. Alright, we're 2 minutes. 2 minutes on Veladar. Because I'm reaching a point where I'm a naturally selfish person, and I think that's normal, but I don't want to live selfishly. And I kind of have some big decisions to make in kind of a hurry. At least in terms of like where I want to live and what I want to do. I don't know. I need to talk to like my mom or a monk or something. Talk to the ocean. Go to the beach and ask the whales. Think about that a lot too. Had to make some peace with lifestyle trade-offs to be able to live a life that allows me to be there for those that are important to me and take care of myself. Wouldn't a truly selfish person want to live selfishly? I mean, I think we all are both selfish and selfless. I think there's both contained in everybody. Being aware of the selfishness in you doesn't make you entirely selfish. It just makes you aware. Find an adultier adult. I need an adult that's farther along the adult scale than me. And the wonky thing is that doesn't always come with age. It often comes with age, but it doesn't always come with age. The thing's gonna happen soon. They're gonna do the thing. I should get up a little higher so that we're a little easier. We're in a not really all that central. We're in a moderately central place here to be flying to Beladar from. We were joking that what we need to do to figure out what city to live in next is go into nature and go to the beach and just wait for like an animal, like a raven or a whale, to just like jump out of the sea or fly out of the woods and just croak the answer. All right. Oh, I'm not far. Here it is. My late 40s, adults are a fallacy. We are all winging it. Oh, there's my kitty cat. That's my baby girl. Pack the bags. We're moving to Rivet. Alright, well, Flabby has his own phase then. That's fine, he doesn't have to come to this one. Same campus. Once you get older, stuff gets grayer. More nuanced and more degrees. Yeah. I sometimes miss how simple everything seemed when I was like 16. It seemed very straightforward. Alright, well, I guess simple. Is today going to be the Mount Day? Maybe all I had to do was troll Flabby by phasing him away from his Bellatar. Nope. No luck. No good. Not today. Well, you know what? We still have a chance at the Dauntless Imperial Links. We actually have a lot of chances, so I'm going to go start on those quests. Maybe I should take a quick break first, because we haven't gotten up for the day. 50% drop rate, right? What's up with that? I'm going to be right back. See if I can land somewhere a little safer. Hello! I'm back. I took a friend to kill Bellatar, her first kill, and of course she gets them out. As is tradition. Thanks for the plater profile. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Why not play Earthen? Because I like playing gnomes. I made an Earthen, but I never leveled it. I don't think I'm going to play that one. I have enough dwarves. Found out the G600 was discontinued. I know, I'm heartbroken. I don't have a replacement recommendation yet. I haven't really played much with other ones. There's a Corsair version. Corsair does one that with the same format that I've heard good things about. I have one handy for when this one dies. They're more expensive, and then there's maybe there's like a, what is it, a Red Dragon, like some Chinese thing on Amazon that people also I seem to like, but I haven't tried it personally. I don't have any first-hand experience. Whoever thought up easy mind nodes, I hope they step on Legos. Does it help at all if we assume that they are to blow up bots and multi-boxers? Does that make us feel any better? Oh, hi. Alright, I picked up my dailies already. I still need to pick up a few more, though. 6418. 6633, Seraphine. Also, there's a thing to turn in over here. The chicken! So I'm going to do as many bonus objectives and quests as I can do here in the next hour to get, I don't need the rep anymore. If we're being honest, I have enough rep to, I'm capped with Hellafall, but it would do me good to, I need the mount. I need the mount. I need the cat. Every time I do the mount off, Abigail's like, huh, guess you don't have this cat yet. Can't imagine what it's like to suck that bad. If there were nodes you had to play Bejeweled to mine. You want a little puzzle node? I reserved Stony Tony for my Earthen. NPCs to interact with it immediately like it's a rare action figure. Still sealed in its packaging. Anyone else hyped for dynamic racing cars? Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I think it would be fun to have like guild races and stuff. But I have a feeling that I'm not gonna win them. Steering is not my strong point. Missed the nodes that would open up a little hole you could go into mine like crazy. I think I must have missed those. Maybe an expansion that I didn't play as much. I need to go to 6633. Despite having done this, I still haven't like memorized the locations of all of the different like minor keyframes to pick up the quests and stuff. I'm still working on it. Around here maybe? No, I have this one. Oh. Alright, these are the worst kind of fungal enemies to do. You want to get the little ones. Oh, there it is. Still have never found a mining seam. Are there seams? I know there's rich nodes. Oh, I think there are, and I think they're in caves. I think they're exclusively in caves, but I wouldn't bet my life on it. Found one in a delve. More in the ringing deeps. Okay. So that is a thing. This one's lit already. Here's a gear we can fly back. They are in caves, and there are not many caves. Where are the seams? I want to know the situation where you would have bet your life on seams being in caves. Yeah. It's a really, really intense WoW esports event. They take the Squid Games promo too seriously. Trivia or die! Excellent programming, top tier stuff. You can put knowledge points into seams, feels like a waste. Yeah, a lot of the knowledge points in general, once you've spent on like the basics skilling up the original nodes and stuff, seems a little tough to justify. I was having a hard time spending my knowledge points. Well, this guy is meant to be cleaning the puddles and stuff. Got some light for him. I like picking up as many as I can at first, just so I can do them all in like no particular order. For some reason, I'm not remembering where Seraphim Seedheart is. I marked her on my map, and I'm still not getting it. Do you need moralizing? Yeah, you do. Killed Bellar twice, no mount, drop rate really low. I have... How many times have I done it now? Gotta be 10, right? I know I like took a long time to start farming it, but we've been at it for a little bit. I am still wearing my fishing hat, that's true. Good eye. I've not gotten lucky with it yet either. But you know what? There's lots of people that do still farm it. Maybe they're just doing it to sell it, but I'm thinking every time I go there and there's other people that also want to kill it, that must mean I'm not the only one left looking for my mount. He already knows, truly. When raffle? I don't have one. I don't even have one for me! When's the raffle to give Hazel $1 million to buy a house? I want the only ticket. Did you see the bike sold out? I did. I was joking about it on stream yesterday. The jokes write themselves. It's so low hanging it's not even funny. Oh man, they ran out of pixels. There's no more. Yeah, I think we're joking. This is a regular we're talking to, but not a key place for giveaways here. They're not my favorite thing to do. I do them when I am given things to give away, and then they just kind of happen to us. But I don't like the idea of bribing people to watch the stream if they weren't enjoying it anyways. At that point, I'm just wasting your time. But maybe it's just because I didn't win enough contests as a child to really internalize how exciting they could be. Maybe I should finish an objective or two. I like to get all of the boxes and then open them all at once. That's what I like to do. Only 1 million. Yeah, I know I'm humble that way. And with the state of the Canadian dollar, is that really so much to ask? I know that wherever I end up and whatever I get, it's going to be nice because it's going to be home. Enjoying watching, but also additionally like to win something for it. Here for the yuck yucks. Oh hey, I got a crystalline repository. That's nice. Dark nurture scallions. We must pick the vegetables. I really want to know where I'm gonna live in the spring because I want to know. I want to prepare. I guess you know what I should do is I should just prepare to live here and plant a spring garden on my balcony here. Because last year I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna move, and then I didn't, do anything in the garden aside from the stuff that I already had going. I didn't plant anything new last year except for like maybe a couple of sweet peas. That was it. So I should just plan for it to be here, and then if I do move, then I'll just do it twice. That's better. That is a better solution. Trying to buy a house in Los Angeles and probably the most amazingly terrible thing I've ever done. The only thing I ever won. Elementary school won a Nintendo DS when they were brand new for a good behavior raffle. Aw, that's cute. I kind of, for a while I was like, oh man, I really like it here. I don't really want to move. But then when I got my budget and I started looking at stuff, I was like, ooh, maybe I do though. Maybe I do want to move. One last time. At least one last time for the next 5 or more years, hopefully. Best thing about BC is the nature is about as expensive to live in as the hood, so you have options. Yeah, spendy options, but options nonetheless. I'm so lucky, and I hope I can continue doing this. I would love to keep this job. I know my output's not been super hot, but I would love to keep doing this because it lets me live anywhere. It lets me not worry about the commute. There's a lot of beautiful places you can live around here that are kind of commuter towns, but the commute sucks if you're trying to commute like into Victoria or Nanaimo or whatever. And if you can kind of get the best of both worlds if you can live there but not have to do the commute every day. Like, it's not a horrible drive to do to like visit family or get supplies if you needed something like specialty, but not having to do it every day to go to work makes it so much more appealing to live in these kind of more out of the way places that have, you know, fresher air and more nature and less noise. I want quiet. I really value quiet. Constant noise really wears me down. Like traffic and yelling in the street and stuff just grinds me down. It's just not my favorite thing. You want cars out of cities? Welcome to the fight. Oh, hey, I found the key flame I was looking for. Wow. Also, I think there's a rare that's moving in that I should probably try to kill. I don't know where it's moving in on, but somewhere. There's Seraphine. She wants me to do the harvest bot thing. There it is. I live next to a main road. There's this one lady that just randomly stands on the sidewalk, yells at cars. Don't recommend. Yeah, there's a decent amount of that in town here. I wonder if I moved to a more remote place, if my anxiety would kind of regrow because I wouldn't be getting out into as many scary things because it wouldn't be as scary there. Like, especially if I like get comfy and I never like leave the little town. If I end up kind of regressing a little bit because I just drive in the same like 7 roads, I go to the one grocery store, you know, I just I get like a little too cozy out in the backwoods and stop putting myself out there and stepping out of my comfort zone because my comfort zone becomes the place that I live. I suppose there's always stuff you can do to put yourself out of your comfort zone. Alright, where's the cabbages? Let me at them. Cabbages. Oh, he's too far. Come back. Come back. I have cabbages for you. Oh. It's not too far. There we go. I didn't mean to turn on my flamethrower, but I'm sure it's fine. Just good for gardens, right? Countryside living is the best. Carrots. Yeah, we're not quite sure what's going on with that one. Kerwinda, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. What was I looking for? Shadow sour mites. That's right. So we need to jump so we can toast. If I've hit these with my flamethrower, does that count for the quest? I hope so. That would be kind of nice. Save me some time later. It does count! Wow! I really hope today is the day for this Dauntless Imperial Lynx. I really would love to be done with this now that, now that I'm finished with the Hallowfall rep. It does not feel great to be doing all the weeklies when your rep bar's full. I know that there's Paragon caches, but they're only alright. They're not that exciting. Oh man, there's not very many beetles over here. Just one. Gold to do with fishing that isn't gold related? Yeah, pond nettle's always there. It's always waiting. We're saving pond nettle for the rainiest of rainy days. I can't decide if that would be fun for stream or if that would just be misery for stream. Still need the tabard to drop from Awakening the Machine, but I'm done the rep. There's a tabard? I don't know if I knew there was a tabard. So I'm gonna put my glove buff on. I'm trying to get the scythe. I should have gotten it before I bowled everything. That's fine. It's for after you get that one item that never dropped from Tortollan caches. Oh man, I don't know if we're all ready for the stream arc where I'm just helping the turtles make it to the water every day. I could set up a lot of characters to do that. Just you do the calligraphy, you do the turtles, you do the reverse turtles. Day in and day out, man. Of course, there would be a huge lead time where all of those different characters are just repping up with the Tortollan in general. But once you get through that... Because I think it could spawn from the emissary caches, but I think it was mainly Paragon caches. And maybe I'm wrong and it couldn't be from the emissaries at all. People like the yapping. Top tier yapping frequency. Pretty sure it was only Paragon. Yeah. There's a lot of turtles still need help out there. Can't wait to see greetings, sir. And... or... man. I kind of respect him for trying both, you know. If he's not sure he's covering his bases. Might not be the best way to do it, but he's doing his best. He's very, very old. Okay. That one's done. I like putting all my lamplighter supply satchels in one spot in my bag so I can see how many I'm stacking up. I make a nice big pile of them. Also, ow! Excuse me! My goodness. So I still need to pick up the quest for the 2 in the north, but we're doing all right here. More scallions. And then there was the rare over here that I wanted to pull as well. Made the mistake of misjudging gender on voice. Got told sorry sir, wrong plumbing. Oh man. That's actually a very funny. I'm sure you come up with your favorite set of phrases. Oh man, once there was somebody, I was trying to buy jeans and I was asking where I could find them in the store, and this young employee looks at me and just anguish on his face. And he's like, "Are you looking for the men's or the women's ones?" And I was like, you know, women's jeans, but it's all right, I'm not mad. And he looked like so terrified that he might have, I don't know, upset somebody, and it was just very cute. Also, there's, you know, clothes that you can buy any type of clothes as anybody. There's no rules. They're not going to stop you. It was a valid question. Madam Rachel, thank you for the 20-month resub. Hey, Nutty Gang. Male. It's been called ma'am in a drive-thru before. Yeah. I usually try to just use neutral everything whenever possible if I'm not sure, but I'm sure I make mistakes. It's easy to. Is the bowl of glowing pufferfish toy even fun? That's the thing that comes from the turtle and paragon cache that I'm still missing. I think it just bothered me because I farmed so many other things successfully from those paragon caches, and it just was crazy to me that it wouldn't drop. Like, I thought it was broken. I was pretty convinced that my account was just broken somehow. Dread I feel when I'm confirming appointments and I go, "Hi, is this Mr. XYZ?" The response is, "This is Mrs." Once or twice in my life, I corrected somebody calling me Mrs. as Miss after my divorce, and then I decided to just not worry about it. No one's assuming anything. It's fine. I can just let it go. At a time there was double XP for it. You were cranking those out. Still applied due to everyone. Hey, here's Parasidius. Do I remember what I want from Parasidius? No. No, I do not remember. Does all the things tell me anything in the tooltip? No. Maybe I already got it. Maybe I'm just doing this for, I don't know, tradition. Say hi to the nice mushroom friend. I mean, it got a rare done. That's nice. Okay. Thought there might have been a thing there. Alright, well, we can turn in the unusual potato. Barely get into the whole married unmarried thing. Very good, very good. More caches for my collection. Do you think this is my week? I want it to be my week. It would be lovely if it was my week. Feels like everybody else finished this long ago with a lot less effort. There are 4 more quests left to do, 2 of which I have not yet picked up. Web of Manipulation and Hose It Down are both quests that I'm already on that I need to do. That's just a world quest. It's a horrible world quest. These things have the worst spawn rate. I have hung out in this area for like 25 minutes before waiting for more of these to spawn so that I could try to just finish. And you only have to kill 6 of them? But for some reason, they're just murder to find. Although now that I've done one of them, I kind of want to do another 5. That's how they get you. I was looking at my simple armory and I realized I have 0 of the Legion Paragon mounts and I just don't wanna. That's fair. I think don't wanna is a very valid reason to just pretend something never existed. I do it all the time. It's a fine world quest if you are the only one there. And some of the world quests where the low spawn rate is on like humanoid mobs that drop cloth or whatever, I just assumed that they nerfed it because people were 2x4 farming it to oblivion. But that one, they're spread out and they're mushroom people. What's the big idea? Fishing rods, not warbound as far as I know. Some of them are BOE until you equip them, and then they soulbind. There is a weirdness with the Weaver line buffs that I'm not even going to try to explain because it's really complicated. Kind of sort of warbound if you meet a bunch of arbitrary conditions, and not really all that much better than just buying an enchant on the auction house, which it is mutually exclusive with, so we just kind of pretend that that system doesn't exist around here. I need these guys. Come here, buggies. Are they still BOE after you equip them? Then they're just B. Gotta go out to sea? How much FOMO am I gonna miss in that time? Listen, you're gonna probably live more life than we are. Yeah. You'll be back. That'll be a good time to come back too. Proper patch happening. There's a worm one in the ring deeps. Yeah. I know the one that you mean. And then people are like, it's in the cave, it's in the cave. And you go in the cave and you're like, okay, there's a worm in the cave. And I spent 30 minutes running to the back of the cave to kill it. It's true that they spawn in the cave, but it's still pretty bad. Maybe it's better now. I haven't done it in a while. Getting dangerously close to my Glory the Delver achievement. Missing 1 story in Takrathon Abyss. Very nice. That's a lot of work. Well done. I have a feeling that mine is going to be something that I am trying to brute force at the end of the expansion where I'm like, ah, geez, there is a meta achievement, as though there wasn't always going to be a meta achievement. Because I was working on it for like 10 minutes and then I got lazy and I stopped doing delves. It does give them out, you're right. I just got real lazy about doing delves. Even Bran trying to bribe me this week with like a weekly for it didn't get me to do any of them. I have this quest and it's going to give me like 10 bronze celebration tokens if I just do 2 delves in Hallowfall. No, none. Can't be doing it. Hi Hazel, hi folks. Hello Nordenheim, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Not all of these things are giving me Lamplighter Essentials. This will. That's how casual I've been. Everything has the angle of, will this be in the meta achievement? It's the same energy as, will this be on the year-end exam? Do I actually need to know this? Unfortunate how much of a slog delves have become. I think that the only thing that's going to really be a problem for me is because I want to do the meta and because they're involved in the meta, it's going to be kind of a grind for me in that way. the reports of them seem to be really positive though from people that are into them. So I think they were a success. They're just not for me for right now. But yeah, it didn't click with me. You should just start an alt. I know, I keep thinking that. I just lack the wanting to. I'm having too much fun playing my main and doing stuff on this. And it's hard to start a project when I haven't finished my gold making project yet, and that one has a deadline. Let's go investigate the web of manipulation location. Hard to want to do them if you already do Mythic Plus and Raid. Yeah, exactly. I think that for me, it's not that I don't like doing solo content. It's that I want my solo content to be more repetitive. But not in like a combat-y kind of way. You know, I like doing the farming and the world quest and killing the same boss for mounts and going fishing or picking herbs or stuff. Like those are the kinds of things that I like to do alone. If I wanted to be in a dungeon doing mechanics and like fighting through a bullet sponge health kind of mob, that's the kind of thing that I want to do with my friends in like a Mythic Plus or something like that. Because that's something that I already enjoy. But I totally get that there's a market for it. BFA style world quest, yeah. I have an alt for nothing but delves. Once I would have to do Mythic Plus, that's just it. Should make a Goblin for the next patch. Have that be my alt. I need I not need, but I could make a use case for either a DPS alt to run alt keys with, or a healing alt to run alt keys with. That's maybe a different setup than my Holy Priest, just for some variety. It used to be the case that it was kind of hard for me to justify doing another alt that wasn't my main healer, because I'm like, I could just do more healing on my main healer, why would I not just do that? But there's some things that Holy Priest really struggles with in keys right now. And some of them are me things, and you can definitely, like, you can time 10s, which is all I really need, so it's not a huge problem, but it takes some doing for sure. Okay, 2 more quests, both up north is kind of where we're at here. Also, we need to finish this lurking below thing, because that's going to give us... That is going to give us... there's the Dirt Cracker Pig. Another satchel. While we're at it. Shadowlands mission tables. Comfy. My feet got nice and warm in the foot warmer, and now I'm kind of sleepy. I might enjoy Delves more once I get to doing the achievements and stuff. I just need the right incentive, I think. The problem is very rarely the base content. The problem with me is usually the motivation structure. If it's not working for me, then there's nothing that's going to make me enjoy it, no matter how cool it is. Hard for me to dedicate a specific block of time for activities. Yeah, my Mythic Plus and rating is benefited a lot by not having a life. If it's a weekend and one of my friends is like, hey, keys, I can usually be like, uh-huh, you're right there. I'm 4 minutes from my desk because I'm in the kitchen, you know? And the 4 minutes is just so I can make a cup of tea. Do you think you might play the Fresh Classic servers? If it had happened at a different time, I might have been convinced, and maybe I'll still be convinced, to kind of have another crack at hardcore, specifically. But outside of that, no. And it's hard to justify even the hardcore thing because I'm having so much fun, and so I really want to make gold right now to get the Brutosaur and maybe the Anniversary Mount pack off the shop before they go away without having to give them my actual money. I feel like this objective is kind of left over from last week because I'm 9 of 10 Gloom Renders, and I haven't done any this week, so. But I'll take it. Heaven forbid I find one mob. This is why I need to get this Lynx mount. There we go. So that we can stop doing this one in particular. Get back. I'm gonna try to be more social in WoW. If you can find your people, it makes everything magical. But it is difficult sometimes to find your people. Sometimes you gotta go through some people that are not your people and meet them and then realize that this is not your space and then keep looking. It's tough. Okay. But there's always good people looking for people. If there's anything I've learned from stream is there's always good people that want to play with people. They just haven't found the right crew yet. So you're in the ecosystem. Here is the key flame. Brute force learning Disc Priest for now. Love the Iblan documentary for that aspect. Yeah, that was really cool. Those are looters. I don't know if I've done this one actually. Camp supplies and reek scale. It is for a lamplighter supply satchel. We've tried 75 times for this cat mount, but maybe this batch will be the charm. I'm saving them all up to open them all at once. Add-on that you used the other day to find plants. Farm Hunt, I think, is what the green circles on the screen that showed where the nodes are. That's Farm Hunt. Yeah. You can't force the cat distribution system. Wait, how did we get there? Oh, this particular cat. I thought we were talking about the actual cat distribution system. Because I was thinking to myself, you know, I've heard a lot on the internet about how cats just find you. And it's never the only cats that ever find me are cats that belong to people that are just saying hi. It's never in my life has like a little kitten climbed over a fence on Christmas Day like it does in the Dodo videos. Maybe I'm not living in the right spot for it. But the good news is that if you ever really want a cat, there's generally speaking cat shelters that would be real stoked to find a loving home for a cat. Except for Kira. Kira was a go to a shelter and pick one out kind of thing. She did not crawl over a fence. She was not... Actually, I don't know where she came from before that, to be honest with you. I don't know where they got the cats from. Presumably varying rescues and stuff. I know sometimes like a feral cat will give birth in care and then those kittens get distributed through shelters. Those cats. That's true. She did choose me for sure. She did pick me. I think that's important if you're looking for a cat, is to, at least for me, not go into it with like, I'm gonna get the prettiest cat or I want a cat that looks like XYZ, but just go into it with a mindset of let's meet some cats. And when I know, I'll know. Because, you know, the thing that makes cats cute is that they're cats. It's like the relationship you can have with them. Them doing cat things. Oh, hey, there's Reekscale. That's an actual lizard. For some reason, I thought we were fighting Sorok. Okay, turn that in, and then maybe go do the crab grab. Which I've discovered is a lot easier if you just go out to sea. Why does my gathering add-on show the entire list of resources? If you're using Gathering Tracker like me, you might want to open the settings, which you can do with /GT, go into the look and feel section, and under session display options, I have it showing gold per hour? And I also have, that's not the important thing. The important thing is under the general options to collapse display. That's the important thing for Gathering Tracker. That's the one right there. Collapse display. Highly recommend. Otherwise, it looks like this all the time, and that's just messy. We don't like that. No fun. All right, let's grab some crabs. This one's annoying because of all the elites. Any good Mog? I finished a few sets, or I got some items in Sepulcher of the first ones actually. I got a sword I was pretty excited about. I didn't get any mounts. We've been doing mounts. We haven't had any luck there. The only mindset I have when looking to adopt a cat is to maybe prioritize black ones since they're harder to adopt out. So cool, like having a mini panther, little house void. Yeah. I do think the only appearance consideration I would have one day next time is it would be very hard for me. I would probably do it if it was like Destiny, but it would be very hard for me to adopt another gray mackerel tabby right away, just because it would make it really hard for me to not be constantly reminded of Kira. I know sometimes you end up with like a type, and that does work out. And I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I think that getting a cat that looks different might allow me to give it more space to be its own cat and not just be like, why are you not my last cat? Must have been with spam fishing for a pitchfork moth to go with the scare. So, haven't seen you stream in a second. Hello. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Get Moose an orange cat, buddy. Moose would die and go to dog heaven. He would be over the moon if he had a cat that would play with him. And I've seen videos. I've seen cats that like dogs. So it's possible. He's just got to get lucky. He's down for anything is the really cute thing about Moose. Like, he wants to play in whatever way everybody else wants to play. He will meet an animal and be like, okay, so what do you want to do? You want to romp? You want to chase? You just want to be low-key and like lay down and sniff? Like, what are we doing here? He'll kind of adjust his energy to match whoever he's trying to connect with, because all he wants is just to socialize. Sphinx cat loves my partner's Roddy, and they roughhouse so delicately. Aww. Yeah. But these are not soon things. Don't worry, Miss Kira. Nobody's replacing you. Unless I, like, wake up one day and I'm like, it's just too weird to not have a cat. Let me just cry into another cat. It's not gonna fix it, but at least there'll be a cat. It can bite me and make me feel better. Yeah, Moose is smart. Moose is not a dumb dog. He's a smart boy. I'm not really gonna look out for, like, any specific breed of cat. I'm gonna look for another shelter pet. I like those. I feel like most cats are pretty smart. Like, they do sometimes goofy things, but maybe it's just because my one cat has been smart that I just assume that they're all clever. Maybe there really are cats that really are dumb. I don't know. I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Alright. I think we have our full collection of Lamplighter supply satchels here. I think we can try things out. See if today's the day. Oh, there's somebody up here actually. I was hoping this would be like I thought I had found like a really cool private place to open all my boxes. I like opening them somewhere cool, you know. Maybe in this tower over here. I have a smart cat and a dirt cat. Shadow Snake, thank you very much for 5 gift subs. Appreciate it. Air horn. Congrats to those who picked him up. Maybe that's the luck we need. We've got 12 Lamplighter supply satchels to open, which means 12 chances at the mount that we're after today. The Dauntless Imperial Lynx. This is what we're trying for. It's a nice key. Lots of people have it, just not me. Alright, drum rolls! Da-da-da. Got a transmog, actually. Warglaves. Are the Warglaves cool? Well, there's always next week, right, guys? Come on, guys. The universe is not ready to let me have that cat. What are you up to? I was doing Hallowfall weeklies. Oh, hang on. I got two more. I missed them. I actually had 14, not 12. 2 more chances. What? Okay, never mind. doesn't matter, apparently. When you do it on an alt. Blech. That's rough. You're right, I could start doing them on alts. I only have one alt at max level, but she could do it. It'll be 120 attempts to get it, 219 attempts. Most of the people I know got it, like, by accident. It's just, I guess RNG sometimes works like that. I'm just gonna cook some fish, man. Yeah, Rarity's tracking my attempts. Haven't done it once and it hasn't dropped. Not doing too badly. Gosh. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it on alts yet. Just because a lot of those quests, not all of them, but a lot of them want you to just kill a lot of stuff. And my alt doesn't really do all that much damage. Especially on the elite robots. I feel like it would become a real slog. Oh, I am just gonna... I mean, you get like 12 to 14 chances every week or whatever. I think I'm just gonna hope that it happens eventually. Is it all about this? It's all about the meat stock. Yeah, could do delves for gear. I don't want to gear my hunter. It's not a real alt. It's not a real alt. The Angler Seeker, not worth. The Dace, worth it. I mean, if they were really selling for 6 gold, it would be worth it. Not worth. 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 Why does it think I'm making 40 gold? I wonder if the craft sim average thing doesn't have a great idea of how many fillets you're gonna get. I might be making more gold than I think. Just filleting fish. How many did we get? 171 of these. It's 2,500 gold worth. Sells pretty easy. It's not bad. Let's get rid of some of these things. Yeah, I'm sitting at about a mil and 24,000. I need like 1.6 mil-ish for my goal. Today's gold making was not great, but we did make some gold. You know, it went up somewhat. All that fishing we did was only okay. Goblin stuff looks really cool. Make it a cool place to gather. Wonder if they make that area like WoW's gold saucer type area. Oh. That would be a cool concept for them to try to like mimic. Oh, paleo sticks are not this expansion. Is anybody buying Progenitor Essentia? I remember selling Prog Essentia. I got so excited whenever it used to drop. I didn't play Final Fantasy for long, but when I did, spent some time in the Golden Sauce. I used to buy so many of them. I sell all of my, I think I sold all of the flasks that we made. It's kind of cool. Maybe I make some more, maybe. Have a little look at it. I also want to see if I've sold all the fillets yet, because if I have, I'll fillet some more fish. Imagine if we make the last 600k just chopping up fish. I could do it. It'd be fun. We find out how many fillets can the market really hold for. Nah, I got 26 left. I think I put up more than that. I think I put up quite a few. $12 gold per. I mean, it's not like it's a huge investment. Spend like 4,700 gold. And then if we just chop it all up, which is nice because you can just kind of go for it. Decent speed too. Is there a fishmonger title? There's Salty. I'm wearing my Salty right now. I'm Salty Inksy. That works well enough. I think the more mundane the method to make that bank, the better. Gives hope to the gold-starved. This, mind you, won't work as well if you don't have your cooking leveled up and if you don't have cooking equipment. Mind you, my cooking equipment's not super good. Honestly, I could probably buy a better chef's hat on the auction house. I don't have blue quality stuff. Maybe I should get blue quality stuff made. I have the stuff for it now. If I'm gonna keep doing this, I might actually go public work order myself or like look for someone who can make like a good chef's hat. If possible. I mean, I haven't used my Acuity in ages, so I'm sitting on like hundreds of it. I could get a blue fishing hat. I mean, according to this, I've made like 7k doing this. I don't know if I believe it, but... Before you get a blue chef's hat, I implore you to get a multi-crafting tool. Yeah, it's a good idea. Just for alchemy, anyway. Alright, 314. Yeah, 4,600. Well, isn't that basically what I spent, though? Didn't I spend about 5k? I don't know if I came out ahead on that. I won't worry about it. Go have a little look at flasks. If nothing else, we're doing a public service. The only thing people really want the bitterlings for is to chop them into other stuff. Maybe we'll actually make the tempered Verso files this time. But as material prices drop, as people continue bulk farming, it actually makes a little bit of space in alchemy. Good way to turn 30k. Oh, you bought a bunch of imperfect null stones to sell them for a profit? 30k into 27k after the auction house. Yeah. Yeah, it's important. Oh. That's just because I looted mail. That's funny. I looted more than 10k gold worth of mail, and my gathering tracker was like, "Ah, oh, yes, you did it." It says my gold's going down, but we're just gonna assume it's not. We're just gonna hope. Man, and it parks at -10, but maybe that's at the new price and not the price that I bought them at. Right? Right, guys? I have a multi-craft tool. Maybe you're thinking of my old one, because I got it when I got it recrafted into a higher quality, I changed out the missive on it. So I do have a multi-craft tool. I don't have a resourcefulness tool. But in many cases, such as this one, we're better off with the multi-craft. I know it says I'm losing gold, but we're just going to try not to worry about it. We're just going to minimize that. I think it's 5 imperfects to an L-stone. It looked so profitable when we were shopping. I just believed you a few days ago when you said it was a multi-craft. Oh. There's your first mistake. I never know what's going on. I'm just pleased that I have all 3 of my alchemy things blue and at rank 5. I actually like had Flabby find people to commission things from to specifically guarantee that. At least if you're losing gold, you're not losing like that much gold, right? Maybe the verses will be better. Does your guild coordinate crafting? Barely at all, no. Early on, a couple people would throw like maybe a enchanting crest thing into the guild work orders, but I don't think there's very many people that have even set up crafting properly. I think most, like Flabby's got a thing or 2. And then I've got this. Like, I would bring like a, I don't know, a file cauldron to raid. You mean you don't just send everything to Flabby and his alts? Yeah, no, I'm kind of an island with crafting. This is also apparently going down, but maybe it's just with the new prices, right? Like we bought out the cheap ones, right, guys? I'm just making them anyway. Think of it as you're paying to get the enjoyment out of crafting, right? I'm providing a public service unto the people that need the stuff. Maybe it was just like a cheat. Maybe somebody was undercutting on the flasks. Usually people undercut on the mats, but maybe somebody had a really cheap flask that was putting the, it was skewing the projection, but in the opposite direction. Wow. I'm so good at deluding myself. Cat's looking at me like yawning real loud, Mom. You're being a little bit dramatic. Well, comfy girl. Although it does still have a green number that's honestly higher than it was, so even if it says averages down, maybe I'm just getting lucky. Or maybe there's something going wonky in some of the sims. Does miso soup pair with grilled cheese? Traditionally, no. But practically, I don't see why not. Miso soup's pretty neutral. I feel like you could eat it with most things. The real question is, how long can I get away with keeping my miso paste in my fridge? It looks fine. Have I had it for years? Maybe. Who's to say? Who wants to know? Yeah, I think that's gonna put me a bit on top, actually. I think I might be up a few thousand gold from where I started. Speaking of that, I'm hungry. I'm done for the week. Isn't that crazy? I feel like this week's streams went by so fast. I'll be back next week. I might do a short one on Wednesday so I can sneak away and make it to a yoga class, maybe? And then next week's also going to have, I think, a Saturday missing because I've got family in town. So we're going to be piecing it together here and there, but we'll do our best to have some fun times. I did pre-dinner yoga yesterday. It was only okay, but it was still better than not doing anything at all. I appreciate the company. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.